Hey, what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. I do apologize. I tried to start this stream at 11 o'clock, and it was a friggin' nightmare. So I do apologize for that. It's just what happens. Trying out some new things, doing some new things, and yeah, we're getting straight into it. So just want to just get your opinion on just the first day of training camp. I know we talked kind of afterwards a little bit, but obviously, a few mistakes from Jalen Hurts on the first day of training camp. Like I said, I'm a content creator. I go over things, I go over the positives and negatives of what has happened at training camp, and I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I just go over it just to go over it as just for content, with a few mistakes from Jalen Hurts, and really not mistakes. Obviously everyone is going to nitpick, and I'm going to nitpick just a little bit, but training camp is training camp. These guys are going to get better. We have to realize that this defense has to beat Jalen Hurts at times. So I'm not saying, if you have Jalen Hurts throwing 4 or 5 picks every day at training camp, then you're going to have a problem. But if he throws 1 or 2 picks and, it is what it is. Marcus Epps makes a nice interception. A.J. Brown was stripped, fumbled by T.J. Edwards. You missed Quez Watkins back of the end zone, and when, he was open and, he decides to run. So I totally understand where everybody's coming from, and I'm not trying to really dog down on Hurts and say he's bad, because usually when people think I nitpick, people think I don't have any trust in him this season. I just go over what happens every day at training camp, and that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? So I don't want anybody to take it too serious, just to put out news. And obviously I go over everything that has happened from what I think, in my own opinion, that has happened at training camp. So this is the stuff that happens sometimes. But do appreciate everybody coming in tonight, especially at a late notice. Well, not really a late notice, but I had some issues today with this computer, and I can't wait till I get rid of this computer and have a brand new one and don't have to worry about any of this. So kind of crazy, but let's see here. It says, Susan says, Joey, I heard Ryan Jensen injured his leg. Ryan Jensen injured his leg. Killer said, what up? What's going on, Killer? What's going on, man? FBA says clickbait. What is clickbait about that? I'm asking everybody if Jalen Hurts is struggling. How is that clickbait? But okay. Coach says, how's it going? Jim says, Shake Squad up. Please subscribe. Appreciate it so much, Jim. Jay said, all that matters is when you're on the field, not training camp, real football. Yeah, I mean, look, I take things seriously when it's training camp. I want to see this team produce. I mean, if I have to talk about the defense and Jonathan Gannon being the final piece to what we really look good on paper right now, we look good on paper, but I got to see production from certain players. What I mean? If I'm not seeing enough production, it is what it is. Like, you kind of take Jamar Chase from last offseason, even in the preseason, he couldn't catch a damn ball, and look what he did this past year. So you always got to take everything with a grain of salt when you go through training camp, and especially when you get through the scrimmages with the Miami Dolphins this year. I mean, I think that's going to be pretty important. And then for the quarterback position in scrimmages for Tua and for Jalen Hurts, they're going to allow these guys to make every single throw. Okay, they're not going to live tackle. They're not going to tackle these guys. It's not live. That's what's going to happen at times. You know what I mean? What's going on, Jadis? Steve says Ryan Jensen is center for the Bucs. Oh, I had no idea. So that sucks. Julio Jones looked pretty good. I saw some clips of him today. It's pretty cool. Chooses Eagles MVP Nakobe Dean. I'm really excited. From what we heard, behind the scenes, Nakobe Dean is not secretly, I think we're going to see it, obviously, but, having that bigger role with the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think they have something in store for him, because it's nice to hear that, so he could be a starter, week 1. And look, if he is great, I mean, originally I thought that maybe they would have to work him into this defense and put him on a lot of blitz packages. And I thought that's what they were going to do with him, but it might be a lot more than that, guys. It might be a lot more than that, so it's great. Baron, what's going on, bro? Torville says, yeah, the Bucs center Ryan Jensen had a season knee injury. Might be a season ending. That sucks, man. Coach is loving the new logo, Joey. Dope as hell. Yeah, no, I got it. I needed to change. You know what I mean? Obviously, I got, so I'm a fan of certain things, and, I got to put that into, what I want to do. So Gary said, "Hey Joey, I'm a bit behind. What the news with Dean? No, the news is good with Dean. Like from what Ian Rappaport said to Mike Garofalo did say today, that that Nakobe Dean's going to have a bigger role than we all expect. You know what I mean? Like they drafted him and said we want to win a couple championships with you, and this guy is going to be hounding that line of scrimmage. He is going to get a lot of attention." And I think he's going to start. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, look, we're at the beginning of training camp. We're going to day 2, pretty much day 2. They had walkthroughs today. So really, technically, it's day 3 of training camp tomorrow. And we're going to see a lot more, and hopefully see a lot more from some of these guys. So it should be a lot of fun. Carl says, "Yo, what's going on, Carl?" Nathan says, yo, what's going on, Joey? My girlfriend finally let go behind a Jalen Reagor fan. We're back together. Well, that's good. That's good. At least she let go of Jalen Reagor. At least she did that. You know what I mean? Comments said, I don't know if Hurts is struggling. I don't take training camp too seriously. I have to see how Hurts looks by week 3 to see if he improves a lot. I mean, look, yeah, week 3, I guess, but I got to see a whole year. I say week 8 or 9, I could probably say by that time, if he really has taken a big step forward, it's going to make a lot of sense. So we'll see. Jay says, Joey, did you hear that DK extended his contract? So he got $30 million a year. $30 million. And then on top of that, Michael Gallup he might not even play the first game. So they're probably going to put a lot on Tolbert, most likely. And I don't know how long, Gallup's going to be out for. Apparently he's coming off the ACL, but he's not, I think he said, quote unquote, he's not going to be ready by week 1. So definitely something to look at there with Michael Gallup. But DK getting an extension was huge, man. I didn't think it was going to happen right now. I thought it was going to take a little bit into the year for him to get that extension. That's crazy, though. Crazy. Jason, I have a QB question by the end of the season. Who will be better, Tua or Hurts? I think Hurts is going to be better. Because you know what? Even with Tyreek Hill being in Miami, he thinks it's going to be the exact same thing as it was with Patrick Mahomes. I don't think having Tyreek Hill on your team is very easy as everyone expects it to be, because I think the chemistry between quarterback and receiver is definitely important. So, and Tyreek Hill is very sneaky on the field, and they have to be strictly 100% connected with each other. Like Tyreek Hill is just a weird one to me for the amount of money that he did get. And he's saying all these great things about Tua and Derek Carr, and Devontae Adams saying all these great things about Derek Carr, and, like kind of hyping it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So I totally get it, but thanks, Shift. I appreciate it so much, man. After says, I came a little late. Please tell me this is sarcastic. No. What's wrong with what I said before? I don't get it. I'm just asking everybody if everyone thinks that Jalen Hurts is kind of struggling. That's all. Do you guys think he's going to struggle? Or do you think you guys that he's going to play a lot better than everyone expects him to, or more than that? Says, I heard the PFF that the high on T. Edwards making a breakout year. Yeah, I don't really go too much on PFF, to be honest with you. I don't really look at PFF too much because they've been very biased towards the Philadelphia Eagles for a long time. And since the Eagles have improved their roster, they kind of have a lot to say about them now. So, Remus says, anything on Jordan Davis? There's nothing on Jordan Davis so far. Probably, hopefully, in the next few days, we're going to hear more about a lot of other players we could talk about. Comment says, I was never that high on Nakobe Dean, even coming out of college. Hope he works out, though, and it would be great if he really breaks out his rookie year. A lot of fans are really high on him. I didn't expect to even draft him at all. Apparently the rumors were from Mike Garofalo that the Eagles were looking at Nakobe Dean in the second round, and it didn't work out. So that was the rumors of that come around. But they got him in the third round. Harpoon says, I fasted today and was hungry by the time I was driving home 4 p.m. I stopped at McDonald's, broke my diet. Hey, dude, it happens, man. Sometimes it's hard to eat good every single day. So I can't wait to see A.J. Brown, Devontae, Quez, and Goddard all going out on pass routes. That's a lot of stress for defenses. Quez is probably going to get slowed, nickel, or dime, cornerback single coverage. I think the most underrated player in this offense is going to be Quez Watkins, 100%. He looked really good. Even seeing more footage of his couple touchdown passes that he had the other day, he looked really good. He looks really fast. I have no problem with Quez. Quez only 2 drops last season. I think he could have been a 700 to 900 yard receiver, probably more than that. He probably could have hit 1,000 yards. Sorry. If Hurts was able to see him a lot more when he was wide open last year. Susan says, Joey, I forget I got a new job making it. Oh, dude. Well, congrats, Susan. Congrats. Brian said, how about the Jordan Towers singing? The Jordan Towers singing. Just the thoughts on oh, you're talking about Jordan Davis singing? Yeah, that was actually he's pretty good, I gotta say. Thoughts on Jesse Bates signing? I don't know if they're going to do it now. I mean, CBS had the Eagles as a number one trade destination. I mean, it could happen now. It could happen after preseason. It could happen before the season starts. It could happen by week 9 of the trade deadline. I don't know. But from what the rumors are coming out about Jesse Bates, he's not showing up. He hasn't shown up to training camp at all. He's holding out. I think he wants out. From what I'm hearing rumors-wise, he wants out of Cincinnati. I don't think he's even wanting a new contract over there. I think he's looking for a new spot. Jason, I kind of like that were rumors about Nakobe Dean because I didn't want him to end up anywhere near the Cowboys or anybody else. Scoop says, what good, Joey? Just got off, ready for some content. What's going on, man? Yeah, we're chilling, dude. We're chilling. Next year, $30 million signing bonus, dude. That's nuts. That's nuts. Good for him, man. Good for DK. I'm swear to God, dude, as soon as Tyreek Hill got all that money, everybody else was jumping on board. Everybody wanted a contract. Because the Cowboys are trying to hype up Tolbert. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, I can't even hype him up because there's no blueprint on him yet. Like, he hasn't touched the field in the NFL yet. So, Tom said DK is worth $30 million. AJ Brown is better than DK. I never liked DK's attitude. I'm glad we did not get him. I'm not saying that AJ Brown and DK are the same player. I mean, you're getting a very promising physical specimen in DK Metcalf, but I would have paid him that money regardless. I think he definitely deserves it. I mean, the good thing is we're paying AJ Brown on a a much less cheaper contract. Plus, his cap hit, he's on his rookie contract this year. His cap hit for next year is only $8.3 million on his new contract. Then after 2023, then you're going to have those $20 million or more cap hits, the next few years. So it's kind of crazy. Crazy. Excited for practice tomorrow. The biggest things I'll be looking out for is Reddick is used if Pascal gets reps for wide receiver 3 over Watkins and who's starting safeties are in Harris back. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. And Pascal was out with food poisoning the other day. That's why he wasn't practicing at all. So he put a tweet out that he actually ended up getting food poisoning, unfortunately. So, I want to see how the state. I'm kind of looking for that competition between Jaquiski Tartt and Anthony Harris. I think I'm looking for some competition there. Definitely how Reddick is used as the Sam linebacker, but I really want him as an edge rusher next to Javon Hargrave because Hargrave. You have Reddick, Hargrave, Fletcher Cox, and Brandon Graham is going to be a really good front four, a really strong front four. So. Shit says Dallas Cowboy fans are sick about DK signing. I don't doubt it. I mean, I thought they were going to get Debo. I figured they were going to get Debo. I figured they were going to jump on one of these guys, but I think the compensation was just way too much. Most likely it was just way too much. Jason, do you think it was wrong for the Dolphins to get Tyreek Hill because Tua doesn't know about them, like they don't have chemistry on the field? Well, it's just getting them another weapon, man. I think it's something that they thought that they can have chemistry. They might have a little chemistry, but Tyreek is a very different receiver. Like, you got to be very he's sneaky. He doesn't run normal routes. I mean, he can extend plays. You know what I mean? Like, he'll always be open. So you got to have the arm to throw to him, and hopefully Tua has that arm to get it done. Big Ed, did you see the Colin Coward? He was like, damn, Jalen Hurts looks like a freaking linebacker. He's got big. A lot of people are talking. Look, when I listen to a lot of people on NFL Network, they talk really good things. I mean, especially since after the first day of training camp, I heard all great things about Jalen Hurts and how he looks. And, obviously a couple mistakes, but, I'm not making a big deal about it. Kirk's, any word on how Cubby is doing getting looks? Nothing. There's nothing. Like I said, we've only had 1 hour of training camp. That's it. That we've seen that's been reported. We've only had 1 hour of training camp. So tomorrow's another day. Average says if Giants fans can defend Daniel Jones, an Eagle fan should have no problem supporting Jalen. Yeah, it's definitely true, man. Steven Ellis says, Joey, where do you get your love for the Birds? It's hardcore. I've been a fan since they had more Snead at QB. Holy crap. I was even at that time. I mean, it was probably 2008. 2000. I think it was 2008. I think it was Eagles Jets, and I think it was a big bet I had against a bunch of my buddies that were Jet fans, and then I think that was pretty much it. And I just started watching a little bit more. It's a weird story, but of how it even happened. You know what I mean? Because I really never watched. I played football, but I never watched it as much. You know, when I was in Pee Wee leagues, obviously, and when I played football in middle school. Lord says Jalen Hurts needs to play preseason, which I don't think he's going to. Unfortunately, I don't think Jalen Hurts is playing preseason. I think he's playing like 1 or 2 series, and then they're going to literally sit him for weeks before the season starts. That's what kind of makes me nervous. Really does. If it was my idea of preseason, I'd put him in for a couple series the first game, treat the second game like the dress rehearsal, put him in for a quarter, 2 quarters, whatever the case may be. And then the third week, just sit him. You know what I mean? That's what I would do, but he needs a lot of reps. They take these scrimmages as game-like, which Nick thinks these are game situations, which, you know, they are, but you're not tackling the quarterback. He's not getting real pressure. Jalen Hurts knows in his head he's not going to be tackled, so he's more comfortable in a more comfortable mindset when he's going to be in these scrimmages against Miami. It's all mental, you know what I mean? So Torville says Covey looks so tiny if Jordan Davis falls on him, it might be fatal. It could be true on that, bro. Brad Smith said, no, I don't think he's going to struggle. Baron said, I think he'll play better this year, but I don't know if he'll be good enough to convince Howie to keep him another year. That's yet to be determined, bro. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Colin said, what linebacker you want to start week 1? I want Nakobe Dean and TJ Edwards to start week 1. Kaiser White, I like a lot. I mean, you can have Kaiser at the will. You can have Kaiser at the mic. So I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, but I really want Nakobe Dean the pan. I really want Nakobe Dean to start week 1, like badly. I do. I want him to show up. Big Ed says PFF using incomplete information to give absolute facts. That's the problem with PFF. I mean, I think after Hurts in 21, in 20 they ranked him. In 2000, after 2020, they ranked him. I don't know why they even put him on a list for. He only played 4 to 5 games, so like they do things just to piss people off. I'm good, John. You dude. Rusty said this kid is a hard worker. Jay says I have a question. You start like an honor movies like what year? Probably when I was like 11 or 12. Brand said, well, I want to see what kind of year Miles has hope he stays. Yeah, I mean, he's got to stay healthy, man. I mean, we know he's got to stay healthy. I mean, it's a contract year. I'm already getting prepared for Miles Sanders not to be here. You know what I mean? I'm getting prepared for Miles Sanders not to be here in the future. No joke. No joke. You know, because with this offensive line you can literally take players and plug them in. I'm not saying you could plug in any type of running back, but they could draft running backs from rounds 3 to 6 and really get good production. And you don't need to pay running backs mid-tier contracts. You don't got to do that. So I totally get it, though. Harbour, do you think we are going to miss Matt Pryor? He's playing really well, man. When he was gone, he went to the Colts. He played really well. I don't get how he didn't work out. Jeff Stoutland's a good coach, so I don't know how that whole thing didn't work out with Matt Pryor because we didn't want Matt Pryor to touch the field. So, and he's playing on what is he? He's the right guard now. Was he right guard? I think he's right guard. Nathan says, hey, Joey, did you see DK Metcalf? I saw, dude. I saw. Quez can be number 1 receiver in somebody else's roster. I wouldn't even say a number. I mean, he played for being between a number 1 and a number 2 last year. I thought he played really well. I mean, 647 yards with 2 drops. I can't even complain about that. He's made some really good plays. He made some crucial third downs. Some passes by Jalen Hurts were inaccurate, and he actually aggressively went to the football and caught some really hard ones last year. I mean, you just got to keep playing Quez Watkins. You got to keep playing him. I forgot, what is his contract right now? What has he got, 1 more year left on his contract? A year after this year, and that's really it? Yo, Savvy, what's going on, man? What's going on? 3 Cup says Carson Wentz face matching the color of the Washington jerseys. How are you going to be North Dakota white but face redder than Arthur in the clinch fist meme? Yeah, he had an okay day. He didn't have the best day today. I think he threw like a pick today. You know, so We got super chat from Sticks94. What's going on, man? Thank you so much. He said, "Will you be at the WrestleMania in Philly?" So when is that? That's 25. When is WrestleMania in Philadelphia? That's friggin' awesome, dude. Nah, I mean, I'm not a fan of wrestling anymore. I'm an Attitude Era man, dude. I don't watch WWE, and obviously I heard the news that Vince McMahon stepped down because of obviously, situations with him and a female that happened, and Triple H is taking over everything. So. Harpoon says, no, Matt Pryor starting left tackle. Oh, okay. I thought he was the right side over there. Average says, I really want to see what they do with Goodrich for a new undrafted free agent. He's pretty exciting. Seems like he could be a safety. What I'm actually interested to see with Mario Goodrich, like they paid him the most money as undrafted free agent. It was like $216,000. They paid him a good amount of money. So, I mean, he's so rangy and dynamic. His tackling's pretty good. I would try to cross-train him. I would try to make him into a safety. I would try to play him at corner, play him at safety, try to move him around the field a little bit and see if he could be that Malcolm Jenkins type piece for us. I mean, they're paying him a lot of money for a certain reason. They must see something in him. Jack Stahl last year, the tight end, got the most undrafted free agent money, and he's, a complimentary, really good, I think he's a complimentary tight end that could block really well for us, could do the dirty work well for us. So, no problem with that whatsoever. Jason, I have a question. If you pick one on it, I'm going to take it off that rug and would be on mistake, Freddie. John says, Jason, JS2. All right, so it is 2024. Big Ed says, then I want to see Slay get a pick third quarter. Roland says, Rolando, what's going on? He says, I think they had Samala start right guard. You think he the starter first week? I think he is. I think Driscoll is going to get beaten. I think he's going to be our backup. I think he's going to be our swing right guard, right tackle. Juergens is still going to cross-train at one of the guard spots, but still obviously be mentored by Kelsey and Stoutland to be that future center for us and get a lot of reps. The first day of camp, Juergens actually got a lot of reps, which was good, so I was happy about that. Comment says, Quez is really good number 2 wide receiver. He had the most contested catches on the team last year. His route running is solid, and his speed is elite. He was really good last year. He gets better every single year. Like, you got to keep playing him. I'm telling you. Like, if Devontae Smith and AJ Brown are getting too much attention, I mean, he could be one of those guys that comes up to get some really good receptions, get some good games and some good yards on him. So, Don says, Jason, the man, a friend of mine, let him in person. Slasher says Goodrich has to move to safety for sure. He's got a ball instinct, but I don't think he's a capable cover corner to follow receivers. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think you should cross-train him. I wouldn't put – there's way too many bodies. Between Tay Gowan and Zach McPherson, Kyron Vincent Jr., Matt McCain, I mean, there's a lot. Jimmy Moreland is probably the most experienced corner that we have right now because he has a lot of starting experience. And then we got him off waivers, which I thought was a really good pickup for us. But at this point, I think you have to move him around the field and just see if he could play multiple positions, be that kind of moving piece. I'd rather have him at safety than corner right now because I think our safety position, I think between safety and punter is like our two weakest positions right now. I mean, no joke. I mean, when you look at it on paper, I think punter, because Aaron Sipos is horrible. Okay, Aaron Sipos is trash. And I think with that safety position weight is not saying I don't like Marcus Epps. I don't really like Anthony Harris that much. Jaquaski Tart was definitely a good depth signing, but I want to see if he actually beats him. Maybe he becomes a strong safety. Who knows? You know what I mean? So, NFL world, what's going on, man? Gravy says, do these streams keep freezing or anyone? And it happen almost every stream, just not just Joey. I've been watching. I've been looking at the stream. I haven't seen it freeze at all. LD said that Epps gets hurt and the Eagles are on the playoff run. Would it be a good move to ask Jenkins to come back? I mean, they could. I mean, if they have injuries and they want to ask him to come back just for a few games or until everything's over with, they could. I mean, if you guys remember, I think it was, last year? I think it was 2020 when Deshaun Jackson was hurt, or I think it was 20. Didn't they ask Torrey Smith to come out of retirement? I think they asked him to come out of retirement. He didn't come out. So, let's see here. Jason Vargas and PA forget where. Jason, no, I asked you a question. If you had to take one person off Freddie, Jason, Texas Chancellor Master, or Michael, who would it be? Probably Freddie, most likely. Nate says, Joey, you think Jalen Hurts is struggling? I think he's doing fine, honestly. No, I wasn't I wasn't stating that he's struggling. I'm just asking everybody if he is struggling. That's why I made it as if he is struggling, and people think that, good things are going to happen in the future. I mean, it's just really speculation. It's really not like I'm saying that he's struggling. So, it is what it is. But Colin says, what about Josh Jobe? Josh Jobe, I would try to keep him at corner, but I would cross-train him. Like I said, I want to cross-train a couple guys as safety. I would put Josh Jobe at safety as well. Maybe a little bit undersized, but Angel Spirals Times Channel says, my bet is Jalen Hurts will kick butt this year. Why would he not be better than last year? And even if he is the same, we will win with him. What will all the weapons with the weapons he has now? Yeah, I mean, it's yet to be determined look, gut feeling for me right now, he's going to play a lot better. Gut feeling. I just hope, but this is to be a franchise quarterback. This year is gonna debate whether we keep those first round picks next year. This year is going to debate whether we give him a lot of money. I'm gonna be very nervous about the contract situation, and like if he plays really well, I'm afraid what they're gonna give him. I don't know if Jalen Hurts is looking to be the highest paid in the league or whatever the case may be. I don't know what it is, but it's a little scary when you think about it. Comments that I wish we kept Nate Herbig, honestly. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. I think Cam Jurgens kind of changed all that. They tried trading Nate Herbig during the draft. They tried to trade him during the draft. They put a second-round tender on him. Nobody picked it up. So whatever team would trade with the Eagles during the draft for Nate Herbig, they would have had to give up a second-round pick. It wasn't going to happen, so they flat out just released him, and that was it. He starts for another team. Obviously, so he's with the New York Jets now. Because if you had to only choose one jersey for yourself, what would you choose between A.J. Brown and Smith? I'd probably choose Devontae Smith. I really like Smith a lot. Just Joey, this defense is going to be legit. If it is, it's going to be up to Jonathan Gannon if it's going to be legit. I'm not going to say it's going to be. On paper, it looks crazy good. Looks really good right now. But when it comes down to it, it's up to Jonathan Gannon. It's up to Gannon. It really is. LD says, if Epps gets hurt, Eagles are in the playoffs run, should we try and lure Jenkins back? Yeah, it's a possibility they could. It depends. Like, if they feel like they're playing good at that position, they're not going to get him. So, but shots to Jalen when you see Dak flex his muscles, Hurts baby arms, and Hulk voice. What HP said, what about Tart? Jaquiski Tart is going to compete with Anthony Harris. I kind of want to see that competition going into this camp. That's what I want to see. Young says, Nathan, when he's not saying he's struggling, he's giving your opinion on Jalen Hurts. The Birdman says, Shakes, do you think LaRaven Clark will make the 53-man roster? I don't know. He could. It depends how many. I mean, he plays left tackle, right guard, and right tackle. He plays multiple positions, but the guy just can't stay healthy. When we even acquired him before last year, he was coming off of an ACL, okay? And then last year, he got hurt 2 times. That's why everyone's like, oh, let's just trade Dillard for Bates. Like, I would try to get away from trading Dillard because we kind of need Dillard this year. Dillard's solid. He played solid. Mulata was out for a few games last year. I thought he played really good. I thought he played pretty good. So, Tova said the Eagles paid Goodrich a lot of undrafted free agent because they didn't have Bradbury at the time. They didn't have anyone as number 2 cornerback, but now Goodrich is the guy in camp, and $200K is nothing. Well, no, I know the money doesn't mean anything. It's cheap. NFL money, obviously, but all I'm saying is this. All I'm going to say is that could be the reason why, because they didn't have Bradbury at the time. I mean, we don't know if that's true, but it could be. You could be right about that. LD says, who's the leader and voice on defense? Right now, I mean, Brandon Graham is the only leader I could see right now. I mean, I hope Nakobe Dean gets into that role. I think Graham is the Graham gets the guys together. I hope there's a young buck in that group and that defense that really gets this team together. Losing Malcolm Jenkins was definitely a big loss, not just for play, but for a leadership standpoint, getting this defense prepared before every game. Because every game that you used to watch with Malcolm Jenkins in this defense, before the game even started, you'd never worried about this defense not being prepared mentally. They were prepared mentally every single game. So, let's see here. Tanner Greats Hudge is going to get a real test going against Mulata week 1. Mulata going to maul him if he plays that side. Comment says, I wish we kept Cameron Johnson at punter. The punter we have now stinks. Aaron Sipos is horrible. Aaron Sipos is really bad. It's really bad. Chris says, if Calcaterra makes a few plays and a couple touchdowns, will I be forgiven for asking you and Philly to take off the Corral jersey? I don't know if we're taking those Corral jerseys off. He wants to wear them next year, but we might actually edit the jerseys. We might actually maybe change the name or something on them. So I don't know. He still wants to wear them next year. You know what I mean? So totally get it. Totally get it. John says, I really want Jordan Big Smooth Davis number. Jay says, no, it's Nakobe Dean. Let's see. Barron says, Hudson will definitely be a Mulata side. Lane Johnson would stuff him like a Thanksgiving turkey. I wasn't a big fan of Hutchinson even coming out of the combine. I wasn't really a big fan. I was a bigger fan of Ojabo than Hutchinson. I don't know. That was just me. Usually as you get picked, when you're trying to get picked as the number one defensive end out of the draft, to me, he just didn't strike me as anything special. I mean, I think he's still going to be good regardless, but we'll see. We'll see. Barron says Cameron Johnson looks like Bill Burr. He does, actually. He actually does when you say it. He actually does. Lawrence, AJ Brown, hope are unreal, bro. Hope you're unreal, bro. Makes any sense. Incredible. John says, Joey, what year did the first Halloween movie come out? What was it, 1970 something? Big Ed says, John Jones, what Dean won is my life. Harpoon says, I heard Coach Sirianni is very heralded by the other organizations. Do you think we can keep him from getting signed to other teams? Should we up his salary? Sirianni? I'm not worried about Sirianni losing his job after this year. If I'm worried about somebody losing his job, it's between both the coordinators and Shane Steichen and Gannon. Those are like the top two that I think are going to be definitely going to be on the outs. If both, I mean, I have more trust in Steichen than I do than Gannon, but that's just me though. Dak, when he flexes his arm, hurts baby arms. So I said Kenny Brooks should play in preseason just so we could see what he's got. Oh no, he'll get a lot of reps. There's no doubt about it. I'm excited for Kenny Brooks for that fourth running back spot. I don't think they're letting go of obviously Gainwell, Miles Sanders, or Boston Scott. I feel like they're looking for that bruiser. And I think with Kennedy Brooks being there, he could be the man. John says, I'm getting his Dean's number in Kelly Green. Big Ed says, John Jones, Dean, and Smith are my favorite jerseys. Hurtado says, hey, Joey, my prediction is Hurts won't play as well as Minshew. Minshew had a really good first day of camp, too. He threw 2 touchdowns to Reagor and won the Grant Calcaterra, so he had a good day. So he said, hey, Joey, Job got a back injury from memory and was not the same player, but maybe joined Goodrich. I thought Job had a foot injury back in December, and he didn't play in the SEC championship game. That's what I heard. I heard he had a foot injury, and it kept him off the field, and he couldn't play in the championship game at all. LD said, if Hurts plays well, I could see the Eagles franchise tag him and give him another year to prove his worth before signing him long-term. LD, I've actually thought about this a lot. Like, I kind of thought, like, yeah, like, what if the Eagles kind of don't – I mean, you're still going to – I mean, the franchise tag might be a lot more. It could be like $30 to $40 million for 1 year, fully guaranteed. So I don't know if the franchise tag is going to be smart to do because then Howie can't maneuver the contract. He's got to get paid all that guaranteed money in 1 year. So I think the franchise tag is probably going to be off the table. Torville says they should just let Juergens focus on learning center under Kelsey. He's a bit small to play guard. Oh, I mean, I think they're going to cross-train him regardless. The rumors were they were going to cross-train him. I don't think he's just going to learn center. I think he's going to learn guard as well. So, I mean, after this year, it's probably not going to matter. But for this year, in case they do need him, he should be prepared in case he has to go in. So, Thomas says, the guy, I hope Hurts is not overpaid. Overpaid QB ruined teams. Brad Jack says Smith will have most yards this season. I totally agree with that. I think by the end of this year, Smith is going to lead in receptions and yards. Ryan says, what position did Cam Juergens line up in today? What number on the left list? I don't know. They didn't come out with a depth chart at all. He was with the first team. Kelsey was not practicing. He was at center the whole entire time. John says Gannon got to put up. So I said Torville, yeah, Kelsey and Juergens playing next to each other would be pretty dumb. They are already both undersized for centers. Steven says Murray is not worth all that money. If Hurts does good, not great, but wins one playoff game. What do you pay Hurts? I pay Hurts if they win the East and win a playoff game. Yes. I gotta see a playoff win. I have to see a playoff win. I think it's already a failed season if they make a wild card game, to be honest, because they should be playing a lot better than that. They should win the East this year. So Malcolm Jenkins is bitter on Rick Eis's show earlier this week. He said the Eagles had no vet leadership and only Hurts was trying to be a leader. Yeah, I saw his interview. He talked about the Saints and the Eagles. He talked about what the Saints, what Jameson Winston has to do, and talked about the Philadelphia Eagles. And I mean, he thought that the Eagles still needed a lot more pieces. I think coming around this quarterback position, as thinks that he has to take a leadership role. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, Jalen Hurts is already gravitating players towards him on a high level. Like, I don't think he's not being a leader. He's definitely being a leader. Nakobe Dean going up against TJ Edwards in training camp like battles. I mean, they're going up against everybody, man. It's not just TJ Edwards, it's Kaiser White, it's Davion Taylor. So he says, never been so pumped to see a preseason game with all these newbies, as they say. And it's, you guys, dude, once the first preseason game is over with, we're gonna want the season to start immediately. I can't wait. I'm gonna be at the home opener against the Vikings prime time. I'm excited. I can't wait. Great. So Joey, who are the top 5-6 quarterbacks you think make it? Obviously, we know the top 3. I think it's going to be Tay Gowan, Zach McPherson, and Jimmy Moreland. Those are my next. That would be my my next 3 to make it 6. If they're keeping that many guys. So D says, bro eats up everything at KFC. What? What's going on? Can I just forget we got Jason Kroom? Yeah, I'm not even. Jason Kroom's got. No, they got that guy that other guy that the hell that other guy, that Graham, that tight end from the Falcons. He threw a nice pass to him on the first day. I think it's going to be between Jack Stahl and Grant Calcaterra to be that number 2. Richard Rodgers got released. So Dayton says, hey man, Joey, read this if you're a Jalen Reagor fan. Oh no, dude, I'm totally not. He put up another picture on Instagram going out of his car. He's like putting the work in or said something. I don't know. I'm tired of like the social media posts that he puts up. Mario says Hurts will be awesome this year. 4,000 passing yards, over 700 rushing, and the defense might start slow, but I think definitely a top 5 defense before the end of the season. Offense should be the same. Offensively, I have more faith. Defensively, I don't know. I really don't, man. I mean, Gannon makes me really nervous this year, but there's a few players I'm kind of looking at. I'm saying they better produce really well. I think number 1 on my list to produce well this year is Hassan Reddick. He better have over 10 sacks this season. He better have over 10 sacks. NFL World said this is Bobby Wagner 3.0 is Nakobe Dean. Yeah, what's his face said that on TV today. I think it was this morning. He said that. One HP said also Goodrich didn't allow a touchdown last year and is good. He can learn from Slay and Bradbury. Has he had any like crazy injuries? Because I never read if he actually had any injuries or whatnot. So I don't know what is up with the Eagles not having competition at punter. Is it weird supposed to getting the Ray guy treatment by not having any competition in camp? Yeah, I don't know. Do they have faith in him? I mean, I thought earlier in the season he was punting inside the 20-yard line. I mean, he was pretty amazing earlier in the season, but he couldn't even punt 30 yards later. At the end of the year, it was pretty bad. Great says, don't you touch those corral jerseys. We'll curse you forever if you tamper with them. HB says, I wish we would have drafted Matt Ariza. Yeah, there was a lot of fans that wanted Matt Ariza. Johnson, can't wait until the season, Joey. Me and you, bro. Big Ed says, Nakobe Dean has the catchy, successful name like Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, and Joe Montana. It sounds badass. I ain't going to lie. It does sound badass. Kirk said, Joey, how old are you, man? I'm 32. Chris says, you wear that jersey, amazing draft. I love the reactions from you guys in the draft. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I mean, we were going to have fun regardless, but just having a good draft just made it a lot more fun. We had a good time. Comment says, Sirianni got the playoffs his first year with an inexperienced QB. Sirianni's job is really safe now. I think it's safe for at least this year for now. Frost, I knew the fact Devontae would gain muscle as soon as we trade for AJ. Think about it. How are you going to work out next to an iron machine and not take notes and become brolic? I totally agree with that. He definitely got a lot bigger. He's got a bigger upper body now, but as long as he doesn't lose his explosiveness, which he definitely has it because he looks great right now. So D-Man said, I can't wait for Jason Huntley to play. I really believe he has what it takes. He's just always had an uphill battle at camp. He's never really had that chance. I think he's always had good competition in front of him. I I really want him to. I would love him to. I mean, I just don't think they're. I think they need a bruiser back for the number 4 running back. I just don't think they could fit him anywhere. If he could play special teams, great, but I'm not sure. Lawrence says he cannot let Minshew see the football. If Hurts does, it's a wrap. Yeah, it's totally true. If Minshew touches the field, we're winning. We're going to win multiple games. And the more games he wins, because I have a lot of faith in Minshew as a backup, at least, because I figured, I mean, after he got that taste of winning just from being, I don't understand it was the Jets, and they probably weren't even prepared for even Minshew being on the field, but which totally changed the whole entire game plan, I should probably say. So I get it, but. It could be over. You're probably right, but I'm hoping that doesn't happen. You hear about Chris Carson? Imagine retiring after a neck injury. Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks. Barron says if Jason Huntley makes the roster, they should try him out at kick return. I would love it. I wouldn't mind it. Harpoons, I'm hearing that A.J. Brown is being compared to the best receiver one in the league right now. Like they lump him into a top 5. Did you ever think the Eagles would have a top 5 receiver? Isn't it great? Yeah, you wouldn't expect that. I mean, who expected that trade? I didn't expect it at all. I think we definitely robbed the Titans, though. We didn't give away any day 2 picks. We didn't give away any picks from the Eagles Saints trade. I thought we totally stole him away from the Titans. I really did. I mean, look, the Titans got, they got Burke. So, I mean, you know what I mean? They apparently he's doing pretty well at camp. Now they're talking crap about Hurts now. I mean, about A.J. Brown. Now all those Titan fans are talking crap that he was a locker room cancer and he would have held out and he didn't care about the team. Like, oh, yeah, all this stuff is coming out about him from these fans now. It's crazy. They said, should we stay put with our safeties or go after Bates? Right now, I mean, I would see what you got in the room before you really make a move. I would stick with what we have, but it's up to the Eagles. They can make a move now. They can make a move before the season starts. They can make a move, during season before the trade deadline. So Ryan says, who do you like more in the final cut? Covey, Devon Allen, or Josh Hammond? Well, Hammond's already gone. He already got released. So I think it's going to be between Covey and Allen. I think Covey, maybe. I like both of those guys. I mean, those are, other than Goodrich, like those are my 2 favorite undrafted free agents is Allen and Allen's been, in this training camp. He's been in an offseason program in the NFL before, but he's never touched the field since 2016. So, never touched the field. Comment said, I hope Kelce does not retire after this year. I can't imagine the Eagles without him. Well, it's going to happen, dude. He's going to retire. It's definitely going to happen, regardless. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, don't hide anybody. If you hide somebody, that means you block them. Don't hide anybody. Let me make sure that he's not. Well, hold on. Yeah, if he's make sure. If either you block, you didn't hide him. You're fine. I think you're fine. I don't see his name on here if he's blocked. So I think you're good. I think you're good to go. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It happens. But he says, Joey, are you going to live stream the preseason opener? Oh, 100%. I'll be live streaming every single preseason game. Every single regular season game except the Vikings game. I'll have videos out for that day, and I'll do a live stream before the game, at the link, and after the game. So, and then I'll be able to come back and we'll have the Philly shakedown, and we'll be ready to go. Barron says, looking forward to seeing Strong in preseason. Yo, Mr. Front Row, what's going on, man? D-Man says, Joey, I'm getting too amped to this year, but we need to relax, keep expectations leveled. If we get on a good run, then we can go places. I totally agree. Like, I'm not going to jump the wagon too much. Like, whatever we see in training camp is what I'm going to let you guys know every single day, and we'll see what happens. That's it. You know what I mean? As long as it's not that bad, we'll be in good shape. Where do you think D-Jack signs? I don't know. He's going to wait a while until either a receiver gets hurt or I don't know where he's going to go. Comments, I really like Tay Gowan, Kerry Vincent Jr., and Jimmy Moreland for backup corners. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about Kerry Vincent Jr. too much, but I mean, we'll see. I think he played opposite side of Stingley. If I can remember, I think he played opposite side of Stingley. Tay Gowan, I'm actually pretty excited for because we got him in that Zach Ertz trade, and I kind of want to see. He's been working his tail off this offseason, so I want to kind of see what he does. As well as we all know that like Bradbury's on a 1-year contract, Slade's only here for 1 more year. I kind of want to see what we have behind the cornerback, the starting corners. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. Even with Maddox there as well. Like I think Jimmy Moreland can play the nickel spot behind Maddox really well. If you need him, I think he's very serviceable. I kind of want to see like what we have. I'm not trying to look for a number one. I don't think we have the number one corner of the future, behind these cornerbacks or anything like that. Maybe you can get reliable number two out of this group, and that's what I'm hoping that they do. Jason, favorite Friday the 13th. Also, how many sacks for Sweat? Favorite Friday the 13th is part 7. 7's my favorite. 7's my favorite, and I think 7 to 10 sacks for Sweat for what he's getting paid right now. So there's just stop by real quick. Got to be up in the morning. Keep shitting on these. Dude, I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you so much. For Boots with no crazy injuries. He's a beast. Round says, what up, Joey? Currently stranded waiting as AAA to replace my battery. Glad I got you listed to it. Dude, Round, I hope I know you're having a crappy night, but I'm sorry for that, man. I hope the stream makes your night a lot better. Comments, I'm excited to see Hassan Reddick play. Tro says maybe the Eagles should have alternate jerseys after the luck of the Corral jerseys. Yeah, make them red and white, just like that. AT said, "What 2 Eagle rushers are you starting this year? 2 edge rushers? Am I starting? It's going to be Reddick and Brandon Graham." Harpoon says, "I wish we could have drafted that Cross guy from Maryland. Not sure where he went. I forgot where that guy went. I was a big fan of him." Sandy says, "Brooks, Gunn, Rob Ellis think there's a lot of upside with Carson Strong if he can stay healthy. Brady type player, not much movement in pocket, but reads and fires the ball out fast. 4,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, 70 completions for 8 picks." I think the one issue that he has is kind of moving up in the pocket, kind of climbing the pocket. He reminds me of he has like an old school mentality quarterback, in my opinion. He's just got to be more consistent accuracy wise. He's got a great arm. Just got to learn how to be. His pocket awareness just has to be better. I mean, that's really it. He's had some knee injuries before. You know what I mean? He's had surgery on his knee. So health is a big concern with Carson Strong. Hopefully he gives our guys good looks. I hate when we have quarterbacks. We have camp quarterbacks. We have extra quarterbacks on this roster, and they came and give these guys good looks during preseason games. And it's just, I can't stand it. When a guy's wide open and totally misses them, I can't stand it. Gravy said, "You see Dalvin Cook change his jersey number. This is why I don't buy jerseys from the current NFL player." Yeah, no, I don't either, dude. That's why I got my own jersey with my own last name on it, because it's going to be cheaper in the long run. Thomas says, "Minshew is the best backup in the league, and it could be a solid start. I hope we don't end up trading him." Toro said, "It's going to be weird seeing number 7 pass rush the QB. Reddick should wear a Ron Jaworski mask, and that will look like Jaws is getting revenge of all the vicious sacks he took in his career." Then forward, Nakobe Dean is the next Bobby Wagner. Jay says, "I have a question. Do you think that we get a punter in the draft? Do you think that's possible?" No. It's very rare that even happens. Michael says, "Minshew was horrible. He had 2 okay quarters versus the Jets. That doesn't make him a good backup. That was worse addition than Sam Bradford." If you think Minshew is worse than Sam Bradford, that's ridiculous. But I think that's totally ridiculous. Barron said, "Would you draft cornerback or outside linebacker next year if you could only take one?" Next year, I would take a corner more than an out. I think linebacker wise, we're pretty much set, like competition wise, for the next few years. Like, I feel like we're going to be set at that position finally. Cornerback is definitely going to be top of my list. I think defensive end is top of my list before cornerback, but that's just me. With Graham probably going to retire. You got Kelsey and Graham retiring after this year. Creativity says, "Saw the highlight of Devin Allen. I always call him Devon Allen. People are like, it's not Devon, it's Devin." I'm like, okay, chill. Like the route and burst out of what about you, Joey? Like I said, he's fast. He's really fast, but I don't know how much of a good route runner he is. I don't know how good at he is he's catching the football. So I got to see what he does at camp. Like I said, he's 27, 28 years old. So he's a little bit older. He hasn't been in the league since 2016. So there's just a lot of questions with him. You know what I mean? He's a fast hurdler, 3rd fastest in the world in the championship. He got disqualified, obviously, but I just got to see more. She says, "Minshew is a long deer without a strong arm." Louis says, "Are you going live tomorrow?" I should go live tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night. We could definitely go live tomorrow. Lauren says, "Once I saw Brady leave the Patriots, Kelsey leaving the Eagles wouldn't faze me." Sam says, "Joey, what's the brother got to do to get a wrench?" I just got to be in here a lot, but I know you're in here a lot. I know you're in here a lot. long as nobody, obviously with when people are mods for this channel, don't block people for different opinions. Don't time them out for different opinions. As long as you're not being threatened, as long as you're, no political stuff. It's a friendly area in this chat, and that's how it's going to stay. Otherwise, I gotta take wrenches away, and I don't want to do that. And he says, I'm actually going to watch every preseason game like regular season makes this season so much better. Yeah, dude. I mean, how can you not? If you're that excited for football, you got to watch preseason. There's no doubt about it. We got a super chat from Alex the Ghost. What's going on, man? It's been a while. He says, on a scale of apples and oranges, what's your favorite number in the alphabet? What is that, a trick question? What's that, a trick question? But I appreciate super chat, though. Eagles will win 12 games. Hurts is a better player. You don't think he went and got help from House and won't be way better? He will 33 touchdowns, 7 more on the ground, 4,100 yards, 31,000-yard receivers this year. Wow. I think two 1,000 receivers is realistic, maybe not 3. I think 3,800 plus. I mean, I hope he hits 4,000. That would be great. So I mean, yeah, he worked with Tom House, Quincy Avery. He's worked with a lot of these. He's worked with his receivers all off season. I've never seen a quarterback work so hard. Like we are very lucky to have the work ethic of Jalen Hurts because it is off the charts. And also, it's not even a comparison. Bradford went into Foxborough and beat Brady and beat Dak. Can't Minshew say that? No, he's horrible. I can't believe this is even a debate. Well, because Minshew hasn't really had a chance, man. I mean, he had a chance in 2020, with 2020 with a, really bad Jaguars offense. It was a very bad team, and I thought he played really well. I feel like I don't think he's going to win you an NFC Championship game. I don't think he's going to do that much, but I feel like he's very serviceable as a higher, more above average backup quarterback. That's all I'm saying. Kirk says, I'll be there at the Vikings game getting stoked for the season. I'll be there, bro. Jace Young said, Joe, you have any siblings? Yeah, I have 2 older sisters. I got 2 older sisters. Philly 215. If Booby gets 1,000 yards this season, do you think we should extend him? It's not going to happen. We're not extending Miles Sanders. It's not going to happen. I'm getting prepared for him to leave. If he has a good year, forget it. They're not paying a running back. They're not doing it. It's not. He's going off of a second contract where this is where they make their money. Like this is where these players go to their second contract, and and they get all their. This is where they get financially stable. Like this is where they get their big money. So I don't think he stays, man. I really don't. Sandy says, I believe in free speech. I wouldn't take anything away. Yeah, the free speech for everybody, man. That's how it should be. Harpoon says, when does the Eagles play Colts in preseason? Are they coming to Financial Field, or do we have to go to Lucas? Are we playing them in preseason? Are we playing the Colts in preseason? I don't even know if we are. Are we? I know we're going to Indianapolis this year as like a regular season game, but I don't know if we're playing them in preseason. Jay says, we fleeced the Titans because we gave up an 18th pick and 101 pick, and plus Burks is hurt. Burks is hurt right now. I didn't hear he was hurt. Mitch says Jordan Howard should be our starter. Yeah, I mean, if he could stay healthy and not get these shoulder neck injuries and be out for multiple weeks, but that's a huge issue for me. Comment says the only problem in Minshew is his arm is weak. That's why no one really gave him a chance, which is understandable. Yeah, I get it, but he knows how to work an offense, man. He knows how to work an offense. He's highly productive, serviceable. Sandy says you can get a running back in the draft. I would hate for the Eagles to pay him. Hate to say it. Yeah, I don't think they're paying him. See, Mentally says just got here and saw the title, but it's Hurts struggling. I'm asking you guys if you think Hurts is going to struggle. Just Call Me Flair says, damn, our first game is on 9/11. Yeah, I saw that. Harpoon says, hard to believe that the Eagles snagged Brown. I to this time, I mean, I still can't believe it. It's already settled in, definitely, but yes, he's hurt. Jay says, no way. The Dolphins, Browns, Jets. Torville says, we aren't playing the Colts preseason. We play the Jets, Browns, and Dolphins. Yeah, I figured. I don't remember the Colts being in preseason. Lawrence says, Minshew had Goddard looking like Gronk. Yeah, it's totally true, man. He played well against it. He threw well to the tight end. That's no joke. Mitch says Gainwell feels like a 1,500 rushing yard back this year. Probably not. I mean, who knows? He could hit seven. He could hit 700 to 900 yards this year. Maybe he could hit 700 to 800 yards. It could happen. Yeah, there was rumors earlier that he was out of shape and he has asthma and stuff like that. I mean, that was a rumor about Treylon Burks, but Philly 215 says, hopefully now it's Smitty's wide receiver 2. He gets more looks. Last year we should have had at least 1,000 yards. I think it was disgusting he had under 1,000 yards. I mean, they gave him the most of those catches during the last Cowboys game, and then obviously going to the wild card game, they didn't do a damn thing with him, which really sucks. They didn't throw to him till the third quarter. Miles says, who would you rather have as your big back, Trey Rogas or Kenny Brooks? Both won't make the roster. I mean, who knows? I have a lot of faith in Kenny Brooks right now. I mean, who knows? He might not make the team. It might not happen. They might go out and get Latavius Murray. They might go out and get Jordan Howard. I mean, I just want to, it might. Kenny says, we played the Eagles like Colts in like week 12 or 13. Turbo says Gainwell and Scott are our best receiving running backs. That make Miles less valuable. Well, because they don't use them to their full potential. I like how Dougie P used Miles Sanders his first year, his rookie year. Yeah, it was great to see Miles Sanders in the passing game. I don't think they get the most out of Miles Sanders. I don't know why they don't use him in the passing game that much. I mean, I think he's the best receiving back we have, but they just don't use him that way. Harpoon says, what about the slot corner from the Colts who's unhappy? Can we get him on board the Eagles? Kenny Moore is his name, and he's pissed and wants to come to the Eagles' best slot corner in the NFL. Is that true? I didn't even hear that. D-Man 0069 said, come on, Shakes. Come to Arizona with Philly 500 for the game. I'm going to be there. Drinks, food, and smoke on me, dude. That's awesome. I don't know. I mean, me and Philly were definitely talking about maybe not this year, maybe next year, going to a game and kind of doing like a vlog thing for the weekend or something. That'd be pretty cool. Alex, I know it's you, Alex. Comments to Minshew also did a good job targeting Devontae Smith during the Cowboys game as well. Hope Hurts is able to do that with Smith this year. I mean, Minshew didn't play great, but I couldn't even blame him because most of our offensive line was on the bench. So he really didn't have much protection that game. And, he almost threw a pick. That one pick he almost threw, that one that was deflected, and Devontae Smith caught it. Yo, Rob says, man, bro, I'm pumped for the season. All I know is we going far. Dude, I hope we do, man. I hope we do. I need football to get here as soon as possible, man. June and July were such a slow months just to get to this point in training camp. I'm glad it's here, though. Reese said, if Reagor saved a busload full of nuns, would you give him a fresh start in Philly? Without Reagor's drops versus the Giants, likely no A.J. Brown or Jordan Davis now? I don't believe that at all. I feel like even if Reagor made that catch and won the game for us, it wouldn't make a difference because he would screw up the week right after that. I wouldn't even put too much on it. Philly 215 said, right, that's what I'm saying. A Cowboys game, you could see what can happen if you just feed Smitty. Yeah, but they don't do that. They didn't do that after that. If you could feed Smitty that many times and they've never used him like that all season, but because of Deshaun Jackson's rookie record and they wanted him to break it, which I thought was a bunch of BS. I mean, I was happy for him, but I don't know. MG Games says, how does the undrafted running back look? We haven't seen him yet. It's only been one day at training camp. So, I mean, that's been reported. Comment says, with the amount of Smith was open, he could have had Jamar Chase type season. Imagine if Smith had Patrick Mahomes as QB. I mean, I think if Devontae Smith was on another roster, I mean, maybe I think if he was on the Bengals or with a prime quarterback, I think he would have had a fantastic year, and we'd be crying about that pick if we didn't get him. Yo, Jay Kotz, what's going on, Maces? It's great to have you back with the live streams. Yeah, of course, man. We're coming back to it all, dude. We're going to be busy. Torville said, missed those Miles was dropping past couple of seasons. He was good in his rookie year, but hasn't been good receiving after that. Even during the practice he had the other day. Now, from what I heard from the training camp, the first training camp practice, like I thought, from what I heard, Miles looked really good, in shape, really good. He was bobbling the ball a little bit, but it was the first day. But he looks like he's in really good shape, which is good. Carl says, Joey, 42 days, my guy. I know it's coming. Roland says, Sanders ruined my fantasy league last year. Alex says, I'm going to be there most likely. So Sydney says, have Saints got an interest in Jordan Howard? I mean, yeah, they have interest. They brought him in for a workout. They have interest. So, Philly 215 says, I'm not going to lie. I'm more concerned about defense because think about it. If we had a close to good defense last year, we could have won a lot of games. We gave up 30 points a game, damn near. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you blitz, when you don't blitz. And when your second half adjustments are that horrible, I felt like we were making the same. Look, every game you're making the same. You're making second half adjustments. Every team does it. But if you're making second half adjustments for the same exact reason every game, I felt like he went back to his basic defense of playing cautious and playing prevent and getting these corners 8 to 10 yards off the line. It was horrible. What the hell is going on? Brother Rob says, we got ourselves a wide receiver trio on Devontae Smith, AJ, and Quez, plus Dallas and Miles and Gainwell. Goddamn, we look real nice, boy. Them Cowboys are having nightmares on Davis and Dean. Yeah, dude, it's going to be interesting. And don't forget Zach Pascal either. Even Zach Pascal is going to have some opportunity, and he's going to play really well. He averaged 600 to 700 yards in 2 seasons with Nick Sirianni. He's got a lot of experience being a number 1 to a number 2 to a number 3. Whenever he was needed with the Colts, he played pretty well. Big red zone threat and be more of a situational type, receiver that can play inside and outside. So don't take Zach Pascal out of the mix either. As much as we're excited about these receivers, Zach Pascal is definitely going to have a lot of opportunity this season. Harpoon says, can we talk about our playoff loss last year? It was bad, but therapy to talk about it. It was pretty bad. I mean, I wasn't even mad at the loss. I was kind of mad at how we lost. I was mad at the play design. I was mad at how they used players in that game, between Miles Sanders being almost out for 3 weeks and you gave him all the carries. Devontae Smith doesn't get the ball until the third quarter. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I mean, Levante David and Devin White were literally waiting at the exchange between Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts on these RPOs, you know what I mean? And these read options. They made us one-dimensional. Quez Watkins could have had almost 3 touchdowns. I'd say 2 solid touchdowns, but maybe 3. And missed him on times he was wide open. So all they did was pressure Jalen Hurts and just fluster him a little bit. And there was times where he just wasn't too – Jalen Hurts was way too pocket-wise, he wasn't patient. He just wasn't. Like, as soon as he sensed pressure, immediately he would just be running outside the pocket. So – yeah, definitely, bro. Appreciate you coming in, man. He said, what's your thoughts on Pascal wide receiver prediction stats this year? What's your thoughts on Pascal wide receiver predictions this year? I don't know, dude. It depends, how they're going to – I don't know how they're going to use him yet. He could be a situational guy. He could be just for red zone. I mean, I don't know how they're going to use him, so I don't know. I mean, if he can have 500 to 700 yards, yeah, I think that's a pretty good year for him to come in and maybe get some catches. But I think he's going to have – a lot of opportunity to get in there and on certain times. Even Quez Watkins, I wouldn't mind him being in red zone and goal line, stuff like that. But, Pascal has a lot of he's got great size, catches with his body, which is really good. He's got good hands. His break of his route is fantastic. Watch tape on him and how quick he is. He's pretty quick. Bridgie says 17-game season now records will be easier to beat. The records will be easier to beat. Those even though Jordan Howard was a power horse type back, he could still take it to the house. I don't think Kenny Brooks is the kind of back that we break big runs. I mean, maybe not. Look, I think he runs in, but he's not fast. I mean, as a bruiser back, these bruiser backs aren't fast at all. Explosive. I think he gets explosive to the second level. Runs between the tackles well. What you're getting Kenny Brooks for is his patience. Okay, it reminds me of Le'Veon Bell in a lot of ways. When he pretty much gets to the line, he's very patient. And he has pretty good vision. I mean, coming out of college, I'm saying. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do going to the NFL. If he's going to look any better than that once he gets to that second level. Very physical. But we'll see. He's not a 225-pound back. I mean, I think he's 215 pounds. I don't know if he's gained weight or whatnot, so I'm not sure. Harpoon says 52 days is getting close, bro. Dude, it is. Comment says Miles Sanders regrets his ability to catch. I wonder what happened to his catch ability from his rookie year where he was good at catching the ball. What are you talking about? Oh, Miles Sanders. I thought you said Devontae Smith for a second. Sorry, I was like really confused for a second. I was about to be like, what? Yeah, no, he hasn't been good on getting the ball. And you're totally right. Sorry, I thought you said something else. I was like, Devontae Smith. What the hell are you talking about? Tyler Lockett needs to get paid too. Lawrence says if Quez shows any signs of elite, our offense will be unstoppable. Facts. He'll be on the number 3 cornerback. Like he had 647 yards with 2 drops last year. Okay. I expect him. I mean, I'm so pissed, dude, because Quez probably could have had 1,000 yards. I mean, from all those missed opportunities that Hurts either didn't see him or couldn't get the ball to him, he could have had 800 to over 1,000 yards. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding, dude. 850 to over 1,000. I could say that firmly and believe it. Sirianni was terrible earlier in the year. There's no doubt about it. I don't know why he didn't run the football, because I know that he put a lot more into Steichen. Steichen took over a lot more of the play calling later in the year, and that's when we kind of got the run game going and everything was looking a lot more smooth. So he says need to have more catches from our running backs. To be honest, helps Hurts too. And plus, when you have receivers like this, these defenses aren't going to be in the box as much. You know what I mean? Like, you got to worry about Jalen Hurts' legs. It spreads out the defense. When you have weapons in Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, even Quez Watkins being in the slot is fantastic. Definitely that run game it's going to help. They're going to run a lot this year. They're going to run a lot. Lawrence says Pascal's looking good on Madden already. No, Zach's not bad at all, guys. He's not bad. Joe Joint said, what up, Joey? Many blessings. Heard Reagor was balling. How did Dean and Davis do? Nothing on Jordan Davis from what was reported. Nothing on Dean except for the fact that there's been a lot of talk. I think Mike Garofalo and I was talking about him yesterday. So kind of finding out that he's going to have a big role this year. So I think they could have Dean as the middle linebacker for this year already and already ready to be I want him to be on the line of scrimmage and just be a menace and just on blitz packages, and I just want him to attack, man. I really do. Toby said the coaching in the playoff game was brutally bad. Nick Shea and JG didn't do a good job with the game. No, it was probably the worst. It was pretty bad. That was probably worse. I mean, I'd say it's as bad or worse than what we did against the Raiders. I mean, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I mean, obviously it's definitely better because we scored a lot. We scored a little bit more, but Cindy says Zach 700, Reagor 300, so we getting better. Miles says Pascal is going to make his money in the red zone. That's his strength. I totally agree. Mitch says I thought we would have at least got an upset or competed. Well, that's all I wanted. Like, look, dude, as much as I want to win that game, I just didn't think like it was between the Rams and Tampa Bay we were going to face. I didn't want to face the Rams. I thought we actually had a better shot against Tom Brady. I thought the Rams just had way too many weapons defensively and offensively. I just thought the Rams probably wasn't a good matchup for us. And honestly, we could have won that game. I figured we could have won that game. But Tom Quez is getting wide open, we could have probably been either close to winning or probably could have won that game. But I really wasn't even mad about losing that game. I was kind of mad at like how we lost. It just Reagor with the muff punt kind of just put the cherry on top. You know what I mean? It's horrible. Yo, Vega, what's going on, man? He says, Joey, every year we have a player come on the practice squad and do very well. What do you think of about John Hightower in his third year? He will have a big preseason, 3 1,000-yard wide receiver. No one has 3 good corner. As much as I like, and I was a bigger fan of John Hightower coming out of the draft than Quez Watkins, and people told me, they're like, once Quez Watkins gets his shot, you better watch out. I said, no, it's not going to happen. So it's going to be really, really interesting. Really, really interesting. And even when they use John Hightower, he's not a go route vertical receiver. Like, yeah, it's nice for them to see him do that sometimes, but you got to use them like mid-tier of the field. You got to use him middle of the field. And he was a good special teamer coming out of Boise State as well. So I just felt like they used Hightower the wrong way. They're using him like as some deep threat, which he's not a deep threat. I think he'd be a really good, valuable number 3 receiver. 2-2, maybe, Spiritual says, you see Jesse Bates comment on Bradbury's IG post. I did not see it. Ray says, Colts, wide receiver Pittman, better stats with Ryan over Wentz last year. Comment says, I was mad at Quez was open so much during that playoff game and Hurts missed him every time. I know. Trust me. It hurt me as much as it hurt you. The name Sirianni sounds like a guy who is Italian mafia and is a made man's son. Torvald said the Bucks had Levante David back, and we tried slow developing run plays, and the Bucks were good in pursuit. We should have ran more misdirection plays against the Bucks to take advantage of their pursuit. Dude, I mean, they blitzed almost every play. I mean, they put pressure on Hurts, and he folded, man. He did. They made us one-dimensional, and that's what they did, and we couldn't even run the ball. So read options and RPOs were not really helping us, you know what I mean? Until Devontae Smith goes up to Jalen Hurts and be like, yo, you have to give me the ball. Like, it's ridiculous, dude. I'm telling you, like, that's not going to happen anymore. Just say, like, our passing game, like, we're playing the first game against the Lions, and our passing game just looks like crap. A.J. Brown's got a big mouth, okay? He holds himself accountable and everyone else accountable. Now, you saw Devontae Smith, how pissed he was. He went up to Jalen Hurts multiple times. He went up to Nick Sirianni in that Giants game. Give me the damn ball, and they never did. I feel like it's going to go crazy. I feel like there's going to be a not like it's going to be a healthy like argument. It's not going to be anything that's going to be like it's going to hurt the team or anything. But AJ Brown ain't going to take that. It's just not going to happen. So now you have to deal with Devontae Smith being like, dude, like we got to get this going. AJ Brown is going to have a lot to say too. Harpoon says, name a wide receiver in the AFC South last year was better than Zach. I don't think so. You're probably right. You're probably right. Zach Pascal is just Nick Sirianni's pet, and he knows how to use him. I mean, that's down, cut, straight. I mean, $1.1 million for the year it was good. At the time, that signing was just like, dude, don't tell me this is the wide receiver signing we've been waiting for. But it wasn't. So Zach Pascal with an AJ Brown trade just made the whole wide receiver core even 10 times better. So Alex DeGosa, remember when Reagor dropped the pass? It could have won us the game. He dropped it anyway, and we lost. It was me, Barry. I moved the ball at super speed, so it slipped through his hands. Matthew says, hope you're doing well, Joey. Thanks for listening. No problem, Matt. Carl Sirianni knows how to chop garlic with razor blades real thin, like in Goodfellas. I really deep at corner want to see who they cross-train to safety. I hope it's Job. I hope it's Goodrich. I hope they take at least 2 corners and try to cross-train them, at least. Sydney says that Bucs game is on coaching to a degree. Well, it is, but it was bad. Like it was really, really bad. Your quarterback was struggling. They didn't make any changes. Couldn't run the ball. Couldn't pass. Miles Sanders got all the reps, most of the reps, and he was almost out for 3 weeks. And you gave him most of the snaps? Like, I don't get that. Devontae Smith doesn't get the ball. He didn't touch the ball for 2.5 quarters. Like, really? Come on now. Yeah, to a certain extent. Yeah, I guess. I'm not saying Hurts was perfect either. Nobody was perfect. The whole team was horrible. But Ryan Kerrigan had a great day. That was his one game he was productive. That one game he was productive. I was actually rooting for him. It's friggin' insane. Mr. Pan says, where you think KD going to play? I honestly don't know. I have no idea. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, actually. Phoenix, maybe? Maybe Phoenix? Reese, relax, guys. Eagles versus the Bucks had a third-string right guard. Joe Joint says, they literally don't know Miles. The ball, Doug used him the best ever his rookie year. Dude, I'm telling you, he knew how to use him perfectly. Look what they turned Corey Clement into. I mean, even Corey Clement as a rookie, look what they turned him into. And Corey Clement back in college didn't even get passes from his quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, Doug was really good with the running backs. Really good. You got to use Miles Sanders in the passing game. He's your best receiving back, and they don't use him. Kenneth Gainwell's okay. You know what I mean? Like, receiving back, he doesn't have some, like, special run skill set, but he's productive, and he's smart. You know, like, 9 out of 10 times he makes the first guy miss. You know, so I totally get it, you know. D-Man says, Hurts look yucked, but I hope he is not out short his yardage guy. I don't want to, and look, and another thing with this is, like, I thought that even in red zone, they use Hurts way too much, like, on QB draws, and I can't stand that, dude. Like, if you got players that can get in the end zone, you don't have to sacrifice Hurts' body. Like, I hope Hurts gets a lot of rushing yards this year. Don't get me wrong. Having Hurts' legs and what he does with the football in his hands is a big plus for this offense, but to use him a lot for that reason, which I couldn't stand that. It just, I felt like they just were just trying to, it made it look too easy. You know what I mean? He would get the ball and just have a blocker in front of him and start running. Like I hate plays like that when your passing game is not going well. And usually when that happened, we would use Jalen Hurts a little bit more to kind of, restart the engine on this offense again, kind of build up again. Mitch says, I hope this is Jonathan Gannon's last year. It might be, but I don't want to say that just because I want them to actually play well. I'm not wishing Gannon to fail. I want him to be great. Harpoon says, name our receiver in NFC South last year was better than Zach Pascal. Sydney says, not sure I agree with the test day, new schedule stuff. Train tough, play tough is also a mental thing. Brett said, a big role. Where you see this? Sorry, I didn't hear. Somebody hope better than Jonathan Taylor. I don't think we have somebody on that level at all. Miles Sanders is the closest thing to Jonathan Taylor. I mean, we don't have a Jonathan Taylor. So he said, not sure I like the muscle rest day, science train, hard play, hard mental too. Ahmad says Eagles fans should definitely wear their Eagles Super Bowl gear versus the Vikings. Oh, dude, that's 100%. 100%. But they beat us last time. They killed us last time. They came to Philly and we got owned. Wait, said, I could see Quez putting up more numbers because you have team focusing on AJ and Smith. No, I totally agree with that. I feel like he's one of the most underrated players in this offense. I feel like he's going to have a really good year this year. Brad says Hightower ship sailed a long time ago. Yeah, I'm not really thinking about Hightower too much. He got hurt he got hurt early in the training camp last year or whatever it was last year. He didn't even play he might have played the last preseason game, and that was it. Hightower had his stint, for a good year, and that was pretty much it. I'm not really thinking about Hightower doing much of anything, Torres says, weird that they didn't activate Hightower in the playoff game, and we went with some wide receiver we had just signed. I forgot who that was. Sydney says, Brooks, Strong, Covey, Allen, Hightower, Job Goodrich, etc. all have to play preseason big minutes. Oh, they will. They will, dude. They definitely will. So I'm not really even worried about that. I think a lot of them are going to get a lot of opportunity. The only crappy part about I'm happy that we actually have less preseason games, but the good thing about it is it's less preseason games, so your guys aren't getting injured closer to the regular season. But when you have only 3 preseason games, it's only so much you could do in 3 games. You don't have that 4th game anymore. So I totally understand that whole entire situation. So I totally get it. There's no doubt about it. Brad says going to Bradbury's IG right now. Minister Pants, yeah, if someone wants to send me that, if somebody on Twitter, my Twitter is JoeyShake72. Definitely follow me on there if you guys haven't followed me. I tweet a good amount when news comes out and stuff like that. So definitely follow me on there. Definitely send that in my DMs. Shep, you think Julio Jones is going to ball out? I think he's going to play well. I mean, I think he's chasing. I think he's ring chasing. That's what I think. I think he's just ring chasing right now. Can he stay healthy? Is the next question. I think it's a good spot for him. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a great spot for him. But Mitch, I feel like our older Eagles players will join the Ravens next season, like Cox or Graham. It could happen. It's what happens at the end of a lot of careers. Either guys just are very loyal to their teams and it don't matter what team they're on, as long as they're used the right way, or there's guys that ring chase. I think Julio Jones is definitely ring chasing. There's no doubt about it. He had interest in free agency. He didn't pull the trigger. He waited. Common Stars, I expect more things from John Hightower. I'm surprised we hardly used him. I was always high on Quez more than Hightower, but I expected for Hightower to at least make the roster. Well, last year that wasn't going to happen, not when he was injured and all that other stuff. So I totally get it, Jacques says, just resign Jordan Howard and our running game is unstoppable. If he can stay healthy, dude, that's the only thing. Can he stay healthy? Once the Bo Jalen just needs to stop thinking. So he said apparently Reagor trained well at punt receiver on day 1. Yeah, with nobody coming after him, probably. Alex, oh dang, I'm actually get skipped over. Dude, I'm not trying to skip you, dude. So I'm not trying to skip anybody. I'm trying to do this as much as I can. And, you know, as the years go on, like, and if there's more subscribers or more people that show up to these streams, it's not going to be easy to get through every single chat. You know what I mean? So it gets tough. It gets tough every single year. I try to answer everybody as much as I possibly can. Armin says that remember Reagor pulled a Deshaun Jackson against the Packers. Oh, God. Mitch says Pascal should be used like Jarvis Landry. Richie says King Dunlap type thing is Matt Pryor. Jeremy says Eagles should cut or trade for Reagor for Bates 2 or 3 pick or just a second round. I'd say a second and a fourth if they can get it done. I wouldn't trade Dillard right now. I wouldn't trade Dillard. Miles said Goodrich should go to safety. Job is too good for a cornerback to move. He just has to get back healthy from that ankle injury. Kyle, sorry, I forgot Ryan Kerr was on our roster last year. I was only one right about him being really washed, and everyone said I was wrong. I mean, I didn't know if he was going to be washed or not. I mean, from the first, the first couple, few games, yeah, he just didn't produce. I think that was the big loss, Jaquin. I think that was the big loss. I think losing Deuce was huge. Because, if Deuce was here, he would have a say in these running backs. He would have a say in what they're doing with these running backs, and he knows the running backs really well. He's like the Jeff Stoutland of running backs, in my opinion, because he knows how to use every single one of them. And because when Shane Steichen is calling plays, or, when they call plays, these plays aren't made for certain running backs, depending on what you're doing. Usually, whatever running back is in there, that's that running back that's going to, he did the substitutions. He took out running backs and put in running backs whenever he thought certain plays were a fit for what they were doing. So, I think losing Deuce was definitely huge. There's no doubt about it. Which we say, I heard Kamara's tight end, Taylor Ganny, retire, focus on school. Yeah, I think I heard that news a while ago. Jeremy says, if Howie gets Jesse Bates, is Eagles a Super Bowl contender? I think it shores up the back end of your roster really well to have now you have Bates and you have Epps, and then with Jaquiski Tart as depth is great, and Anthony Harris just depends. I think you're going to have perfect depth. But I think it shores up that position. I wouldn't say Super Bowl, but I think it definitely you definitely made a huge difference, and your defense can play a little bit better, a lot better. So I'm pretty sure Gann will be gone for this year regardless. If the Eagles do well and the defense plays well, he will get a head coaching job. His defense stinks with all the talent. He will be fired. Yeah, it could be. He had, I don't know how he had that many interviews. I mean, I was praying that he did. I wanted Vic Fangio to be our defensive coordinator so bad. Like I wanted him to be our defensive coordinator so bad. I was waiting for it. I wanted it, so Lawrence says Gannon Hurts stopped Sirianni from getting coach of the year, in my opinion. Yeah, maybe. Creamer says Reddick at defensive end or linebacker or both. I would say both, but I want him as an edge rusher, man. I want him as an edge rusher, and I don't know how good he's going to do. I mean, his coverage has been pretty good. I mean, it's pretty solid. I don't think he's the greatest coverage linebacker in the league, but it's solid. He did well with the Cardinals with it. He did well with the Panthers. Because really towards the end of his career with the Cardinals, they started to use him the right way when it came to coverage and switching him to and putting him in blitzing packages and putting him as an edge rusher. And then, when they didn't re-sign him, he went to the Panthers and played pretty well. So I really want him as an edge guy. And if you're putting him at linebacker, I want him to just attack. That's all I want him to do. Just attack. Clemson Vikings watch us crush them. I'm telling, don't know why. Sometimes it feels different this year. It does, dude. It feels like, just look at how like these players are. Look at all these players that are supporting Jalen Hurts. Like Nick Sirianni is supporting his quarterback wearing Jalen Hurts t-shirt. Okay, you have AJ Brown wearing a Hurts season hat. You know what I mean? Like this quarterback is getting he's being supported in a good way. Which I really do like. We have 176 in the chat right now. Appreciate everybody being here on this late stream. I was supposed to stream at 11, but I had a lot of technical difficulties, so it was kind of tough to start this thing tonight. But I appreciate everybody being patient. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. We'll have videos on training camp. Every little thing that happens in training camp, I will cover it. I will be doing preseason game reactions. I'll be doing the regular season reactions with the games and everything like that, except week 2 because I'll actually be at the game. But I'll have a lot of content throughout all of that. Like the stream if you guys haven't, guys, and check the pinned comment. For the extra content we've been coming out with all year, there's different things that do other hobbies on there as well. PC setup, everything that's going on with the channel. One of those memberships is there for everybody. Just to, it's there all year. So comment says we have running backs that could be replaceable. If we could combine Sanders, Gainwell, and Scott into a running back, it would equal a Jonathan Taylor. Where he says if Chiefs finish out in the playoffs, will Reed retire? I don't know, dude. I don't know what his plans are. HP says, I would trade Reagor for Ridley. Even our wide receiver is too deep to look at the Bucs wide receiver, for example. Drip says, I think a couple of these can be stars like Job and Goodrich. Jeremy says, if it Slay's last year on his contract, should Eagles sign him one more year? I thought, all right, I'm doing this now because every day people are telling me this is his last year. I don't believe it is. I think he's got one more year, but I could be wrong. Let's see. I don't know. It says it says his cap number for 24 for 20. It says his cap number for 20. His cap number for it's his 23. His cap number for 23 is 26 million. He's getting a base salary of 17 million in 2023. Workout bonus for 500 grand. Priority bonus for 8.6 mil. It says he's on contract for 23. Then 24, 25, and 26 are voided contracts. So he's a free agent. Free agent after 23. That's what I'm seeing right now. You know, said plus Julio is going to Tannehill throwing ball to him, Tom freaking Brady. Yeah, it might work out for him, dude. It might work out for him. Sidney says injury in the NFL could shut down any dreams at that very moment, can go from zero to hero fast. Ward still return man? Probably not. I don't want him as a punt return. I didn't even like him as a punt return. Then they went to Reagor during that Packers game, and he had that one touchdown. And ever since then, they were justifying him not only for offense and how bad he was playing, but they were justifying him on his punt returns. Michael Clay, whatever his name is, he was actually one of Chip Kelly's guys, one of Chip Kelly's guys back in the day. I think it was with the 49ers, when he went to the 49ers as the head coach. Michael Clay was part of that. I think he was a special teams coach for that year when Chip Kelly was there. Justifying him every single week. And I don't blame the beat writers asking, dude, he's not producing. He's horrible on punt returns. How do you still put him in there? Give somebody else a damn shot. Make these guys worried about their jobs. You're giving way too much security for a guy that's I understand he's a first-round pick, but, we're already keeping him on offense enough. Give another guy a chance for special teams. You know what I mean? Give somebody a shot. Mitch says, oh, my God, King Dunlap, don't ever remind me of that guy. Coach, I'm glad that you try to read everyone's comment in the chat. Not many YouTubers do that. Yeah, it's tough, and it's going to get tougher every year. You know what I mean? Usually in the Philly shakedowns, I can't read everybody's comments because me and Philly are doing our segments. So usually, we'll bring up some stuff that people say, but, it's tough. It's not easy. My HP said we need to bring back Chip Kelly smoothies to our players to stay healthy for the whole year. I mean, that's the one thing I could give a credit to, the science with the sleep science and the smoothies and all that stuff. I was kind of really impressed because these guys never were substituted in games. Billy Davis defense, his defense was on the field the whole entire game. And our offense, was a fast paced, offense, and that's how we played. And John Briscoe. What up, Joey Grind? What's going on, man? What's going on? William Galbraith says, smash with the likes for Joey. He's one of the best. He's done a great job answering most of it, of all the people in this live chat. Keep up the great work, Joey, for real, brother. I appreciate it so much, William. Dude, I try, man. I try. If I piss people off, I piss people off. That's it. I mean, I piss people off every day, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm just getting used to the fact that just happens. I told people before training camp, I said, I'm going to piss people off about training camp because I might say things that are over the top, because that's just who I am sometimes when I talk about the Eagles and shit like that. So, sometimes it happens. Comment starts at the moment. Hurts' best quality is leadership. He does not rub the other players in a bad way, unlike some other QBs. Wink, wink. Who are we talking about? I wonder who we're talking about. Interesting. Oh, yeah, pinky up. I totally forgot. I like that. My Halloween 2 mug. Gotta rep these my favorite killers, if that doesn't sound weird, but yo, your boy Mason, what's going on, man? What's going on, bro? Lawrence says Eagles 35, Lions 20. Lawrence says, don't I miss Doug Pearson's ice cream? Yeah, dude. Jeremy says, I have a feeling that Howie will get Jesse Bates. He's just waiting for the right time. Dude, I'm willing to see what they do here with that. I don't know what they're gonna do. Howie Weasel says, when's to Dante Stallworth in Houston? Chris says, is there training camp tomorrow? Yeah, there will be training camp tomorrow. Today was actually a walkthrough, which I was kind of surprised. Grady said, Lord Brunson blocked me for saying I think Hurts has a long way to go. F that dude. I mean, look, it's just, you know, everyone has their own opinion on Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? I know that Brunson's been very high on him, and I'm very in the middle with him. My gut feeling is he will play well, you know, but you know, there's always that what if factor. I always say, what if this and what if that? You know, so it is what it is, man. You know. D-Man says, yeah, Shake, so much appreciate for these chats. Love to hear the different opinions and trolls that show up. Just keep it real, bro. I always, dude. I'm always keeping it real. Hurts sucks. Your boy said, do you think Jalen Hurts can be MVP? See, that's the one thing I don't say. Like, I hear a lot of, Hurts MVP. I'm like, dude, everyone needs to chill. Everyone's got to chill out. Like, the excitement is great, and I love it. But people got to chill with that sometimes. It is what it is. It's their opinion. If they think he's going to be an MVP, it's their opinion. The activist says, how will Detroit's defense react to Philly's new offense? I think it's a good, I think we definitely have way better competition on our side for them, just because Detroit's definitely going to be better this year. There's no doubt about it. But Jared Goff, I'm not a big fan of. I've always disliked him. If you can get pressure on him and keep him in the pocket for 2.5 to 3 seconds, I think you're gonna get him on the ground probably 6-7 times in that game. I think that's what's going to happen. One HP said I could see Howie getting based before the season or the trade deadline. I'm telling you, it could happen. Just keep your eyes open. I remember Jeff Garcia scrambled around and spiked the ball on the Giant. Jeremy says, 505 Bergen, I'm excited for the season. I'm going to Arizona in October to see Philadelphia at Cardinals. Well, dude, I actually have us losing that game. I actually do. And it's really just because we've never had any good luck against the Cardinals. We've always lost against the Cardinals. Hopefully this year it changes. I have us losing that game. I know what's his face isn't going to be playing. Their best receiver. I can't even talk tonight. It's late. Their best receiver isn't playing. I'm having a brain fart of the name. Hollywood Brown. I don't know if Hollywood Brown is going to be. I mean, I'm not even worried about him too much. I think he's hurt right now. I'm not sure. I thought he got hurt, but I'm not sure though. Howie Weasel says, Hopkins, thank you. Shout out to D-Man669. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins. Not playing. He's suspended for 6 games. So we have him week 5 or week 6. I think it is week 5. I could be wrong. High school teams practice longer. How will Hurts improve for being so bad throwing? I mean, he's not throwing bad. I thought he had a good, solid first day. But Duncan says, how do you feel about our secondary? I feel good about it. I feel really good. I feel like with Bradbury, I think Bradbury's a nice number 2 for us when it comes to our zone coverage, and that's where Bradbury's really good. I mean, he gave up over 800 yards receiving last year, so it kind of makes me worried a little bit. But I think he's going to play well because there's really not too much on his plate. I think he's a big upgrade from Steven Nelson. I like Avonte Max was one of the most highly rated nickel corners in the league last year, and he's playing lights out, fantastic. And Slay is just being Slay, like Slay's on the best receiver. So I like it. I just want to see what our depth looks like. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. Yo, Philly Sports Talk. What's going on, man? So what's up, Joey? What's going on, dude? Hope you're having a good night tonight, dude. Let's just smash up the likes for SHAKESQUAD. Appreciate it. But yeah, guys, like the stream if you guys have it, man. It does help that channel a lot. Elementary football teams practice longer. I mean, when I practiced in college, we only had a 2-hour practice every day. That was it. 2 hours. And it was different. 2 hours feels like 5 hours because you're doing so much in a 2-hour practice. High school, yeah, we did 3 a days. We did 3 a days in training camp, and that sucked. It really sucked. People were getting to fights. I mean, you're literally at the school. We were at the school before anyone else was for 2 weeks, all alone, just the football guys, all alone. You know, there's no women on campus. It's just like men with high testosterone. And just, I remember I went into a meeting. So we would have our morning, we would have breakfast, we'd have our morning practice, lunch, a practice again. We'd have our special teams practice. And I forgot what we did on the third practice of the day. I forgot. But then we had our team meeting, position meetings. I mean, this ran until 12:01 in the morning. I mean, it was every day for 2 weeks, 3 days. I remember we went to a meeting once and everyone was getting, there were those metal chairs just to sit and, sit for the meeting. And literally there was 2 guys that put their hand on the same chair and they tried, grabbing the chair from each other. And all of a sudden I look up while I'm sitting down and the guy just punched the other guy, over just a chair. Like, it was crazy. It was nuts. I mean, that's college for you, but it was nuts though. It was kind of crazy. And 2-hour practices, I loved it. I had a guy on my floor used to talk. I used to have a guy on my floor used to talk so much shit to me every week. He was an offensive lineman. I was a D tackle. I was a D tackle. We used to do these drills where you try to, you based off of like pass rush and get into the quarterback. So it would just be an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman facing each other, and the quarterback would be back there with a bag. And everyone's like, "Okay, line up on the person you want to face." And I went right in front of the guy that would just talk shit to me on my floor all the time. And I totally wrecked him. I put him on his ass every single rep. And I didn't care about getting to the quarterback. I literally was just attacking him every single time. It was fun. It was fun. Colin says, I would be very happy if Hurts became, sorry, that's a little story time with me. I would be very happy if Hurts became MVP, but I doubt it. Just be realistic. I'm hoping Hurts has a very good year. I'm looking for a good year. That's it. Well enough to have a contract. Chris said, we good as long as Gannon blitzes. That is true. Marek says, we going to regret not getting Jordan Howard in here. Dude, like, I don't know why with some people, they tell me like when we get certain players that certain players are always injured. And unfortunately, Jordan Howard he's injured a lot. It's not even that he's injured multiple times. It's that he gets this one injury between his shoulder to his neck and he's out for multiple weeks. And it's just a waste. You know what I mean? Bring Latavius Murray in here. I'm telling you. Average over 4 yards a carry last year, over 500 yards and 6 touchdowns with the Ravens, and actually had more on his plate as a running back with Baltimore last year. Here, he wouldn't have as much on his plate. He'd be the number 4 running back. And, yeah, use him in certain situations. Jerry said Hopkins is suspended, though. Anthony, sorry, I'm trying to say your name. Digigillo. I'm sorry. I'm trying to say it the right way, but I'm just going to call you Anthony. What's going on, man? He says, the Eagles will be 13-4 this year or better. This team is going to be the best Eagles team ever. Hurts is going to surprise everyone. Remember, I said this. I will remember. And I hope you're right, man. I have them at 13 wins as well if everything goes perfect. In a perfect world, there's always drama. There's always something that happens. There's always something bad from the good from happening. You know what I mean? So, Thomas Jenkins. We better win that Cardinals game. I'm flying out there first class. Oh, dude, don't do that. Don't set yourself up for disaster, man. I have us losing that game, but I hope we win. Sydney says, to be honest, we were asking for Hurts to get what Ryan got in an average year, 4,020 touchdowns plus, but I think he can get close if he stays composed and don't do any hero balls. Yeah, I totally agree. with that. Steven says, Wentz had a great game against the Cards in 17. He blew them out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, didn't we face them? Didn't we face them ever since the Super Bowl? Didn't we? That game was good. That was a really good game. That was a really, really good game. Nelson Aguilar was just that one where Nelson Aguilar fell in the end zone backwards. That was so great. Good game. Howie Wheels said, what if the Eagles lose to Washington? I'm going to be really pissed. I have a sweeping. I don't give a crap how we do it. They better sweep Washington. They better get it done. That's all I got to say. They can't lose in Washington, and they definitely can't lose on Monday Night Football against Cardinals. What the hell just happened? I don't know what just happened. Yeah, I don't know what just happened. That was weird. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi. I don't know. There's no storm outside going on. Raymond says Hurts throwing motion. Oh yeah. By the way, yeah. Back to that. That little piece of crap. You know he's eyeing that game on his calendar, and you know he's going to play extra hard for that game. Every player that returns to a team that had bad blood, you know he's gonna try to win that game. You know he's gonna win. I hope he doesn't win. So we gotta. He has got Carson Wentz has got to be legless. He has got to be legless after that game, especially week 3. He's got to be legless. The Ivan says, do you prefer Jim all blitz or Jonathan never blitz Gannon? What do you think? We got to blitz, man. Look, if you're not getting a pass rush with your 4 guys, it's a different story. I mean, I heard they were playing a little bit more 3-4 than 4-3, but they have got to try. The first thing I'm looking at with this defense going into the season, can you get a 4-man pass rush? That's what I'm looking for first. And, that's Derek Barnett and Brandon Graham's got to stay healthy. There's so much that goes into it as well. I'm excited for Kyron Johnson, the guy we got from Kansas in the 6th round. I'm excited for some guys and see if actually Derek Barnett can get beat out of his job or could move up the depth chart in front of him, maybe in that second rotation that Sweat and Barnett are going to be at. So he said comedy's not easy to beat. Not an easy beat. No, it's definitely not. I mean, Curtis Samuel's coming back from injury. Terry McLaurin got a new contract. He's going to be fire. Jahan Dotson, I thought it was a reach, but I think he's going to play really well. They have great running backs, good offensive line. Their defense is still stout, really good. It's going to be a tough game. We have to make Wentz nervous. We know how he plays. Okay. So there's a blueprint on him. Like we know how he plays. If you can get Carson Wentz to hold the ball for more than 3 seconds, man, I'm telling you, he's on the floor. He is on the floor. No joke. Reagor Harris says Reagor should just become a fireman like Danny Watkins. Howie Wilson says that's grind and dedication from you, my friend. Eagles need to take notes on this guy's work ethic and practice time. Evil Eagle says, who you play for some Catholic school? No, actually, I played for a D3 school. I think before I went, it was actually D2, and then when I got there, like a few years later, because I was looking at the school for a while, it became a D3 school. The school is actually owned by Syracuse. I used to actually go to the Syracuse games for free. Now it was a private college, so it was a $13,000 a year private college. Yeah, that's what it was. Well, HP said, I know what's going to happen, but imagine if Hurts succeeded and Saints played bad and Howie give up more to get Will Anderson. Imagine him and Davis line up next to each other. Yeah, Will Anderson is definitely, like, if you're looking at defensive ends, that's what I'm looking for going into next year. Like, no joke. I'm looking for a stud defensive end in that first round next year. Because as much as Derek Barnett could be here, Derek Barnett could be here after this year. Okay. They can get Derek Barnett off this team this year and it won't affect the dead cap or nothing like that. They won't suffer from it. But I think they hold on to Derek Barnett for one more year if they have to. But I'm telling you right now, like, they have to replace Graham. There's no way. I don't trust, I don't know. Josh Sweat is definitely somebody I can think of to start, but from what he's getting paid and I think he gets better every year, and I think he has to have a good year. Even really since he got that contract, I didn't think he played up to par. He played okay, but I don't think he played up to par. We were supposed to get, I didn't think it was great, but we'll see. Oh crap. Get rid of it. Block them. Block the bots. So he says, again, Gravy says they removed the homework clause from Kyler Murray's that is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of, man. Like, I thought that was a joke. And I went on and I think Rappaport was talking about it today. I was like, that is a pure joke. Jamari McBride says Slay is a leader of defense too, Cox too. Brother Rob says, but do you hope for the best for Miles? Yeah, of course I do, man. Like, any player on this team, even players I don't like, I still want them to play well. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, dude. Like, I of course I want Miles to have a great year. Like, I think he works really hard. It's just he just had some bad luck last year. Jamar McBride said multiple leaders I can D-Man says, dude, are we going to go do a 3-4 because we had the one squad, or is the hybrid like they said? It should be a hybrid, but from what we heard from camp the first day, they did more 3-4 than 4-3. We didn't know who was lined up. We didn't know any of this other news that was happening. So Jerry says, Hurts staying in Cleveland. Is Hunt staying in Cleveland or Eagles trade? I don't want to trade for a running back. As much as I don't want to play Miles Sanders after this year off of a good year, I'm not trading for a running back. You got Howard out there if they want to take a chance. They got Latavius Murray out there, which I think would be a really good really good signing if they get it done. Riley Yancey's finally made it home. Glad you're still streaming, bro. I can't actually relax and listen. Late night shakes engage. Yeah, of course, dude. That's how I am late at night too. Sometimes I can't sleep. I still got more stuff I have to do. I have a video I have to record for tomorrow. Still, it's already 1:30 and I still have to record stuff for tomorrow. And then tomorrow I have to wake up early for another day of training camp to go over all that stuff going on in training camp. So it's gonna be nuts. Yeba says, yo, Joey, fly will fly. What's going on, Yeep? Cindy says, got to protect our pass rushers from the run. Wear and tear. Gannon got work to do. Yeah, he has a lot of work to do. That changed my mind of how good of a coordinator he is. He needs to literally, from what I mean, Howie Roseman pretty much said, here, Jonathan Gannon, here's what I gave you, and you better use it the right way. Otherwise, you're gone. Okay. I mean, he didn't actually say that, but you know what I mean. When HP said, if I don't get Hurts hate, it wasn't for him. It would be able to get his best friend AJ getting a black helmet and getting Kelly Green next year, because I remember Hurts was convinced Lurie to do it, and I think that's what kind of made it work. Roland Kaya, what's going on, man? He says, how long is live going on for? Some of us got to sleep. Dude, go to sleep. You guys got to go to sleep. Go to sleep, man. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Let me get past this best adult dating site. Click here. Where did these bots come from? They started like a few months ago. It started to happen. They say, have a good night, Joey. Got to get some sleep. All right, bro. You have a good night, dude. Lawrence says, Bryce Young is trash. Trash. Killer Ghost 10 says, you got to have a wrench to block them from the channel, if I'm not mistaken. That is true, yes. That is true. Sam says, good Lord, you guys move quick. I tried to, and it wouldn't let me. Chris says, I know. Jinx says, I really can't wait for football to start. Yeah, me and you both, brother. Me and you both. Sandy says, Joey, very interesting take on Gannon from Philly 500. Yeah, dude, it's he thinks that he's going to be gone. I mean, he might think that this defense might not play up to par, and he might not. He might not. So it could happen, dude. I'm not saying like I'm going to, support him, but I'm going to be very critical if this guy screws up with some of these players. Some of these players I know that have to play well in this system. Like I said, Hassan Reddick is probably the number one player I'm looking at. Fletcher Cox, what is he doing? I'm going to blame more on Fletcher Cox than Gannon, because Cox has had 2 really bad years, to my opinion. I think he's had 2 of the worst years. I understand he's had, injuries and stuff like that, but Corey Houston Bay says, Joey, how excited are you to see Nakobe Dean start? I'm very excited. I really am. You have a field general. You have a guy that's going to be on the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be feasting and putting him in these blitz packages and making quarterbacks think twice about what they're doing and just being physical. And I feel like he's going to do a really, really good job. I do. I feel like Dean, from what I'm hearing right now, they're very high on him. They have a plan for him, quote unquote, big role for this year. And I think when they drafted him, they already had a plan. So, comments, I'm not sure who would replace Gannon. Vic Fangio is definitely one on my mind. Vic Fangio could definitely be available. He took the year off. He could come back and want to coach this team and make this defense aggressive. I think he's done a very good job with his resume and what he's done in the league. Bergang says, you'll be on after the stream. I don't know. I have other stuff I got to record, man. I had issues with the stream earlier because I was trying to upload something and it wasn't working, and I want to get on, but it's already 1:30 already, and I got stuff I got to do tonight, so probably not. Maybe later tonight, so I don't know. Says, or maybe he does great and gets his coach job. Jeremy said, which game are you most excited for? Mine is Eagles-Cardinals. In my opinion, Eagles going to win 3 points. My most exciting game is facing Carson Wentz Monday night at the Link. That's my favorite game of the year. No doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Of course, to me too, we haven't had the kind of linebacker almost ever. No, I mean, we haven't. we really haven't, dude. Like, since, like, if you want to say like Trent Cole, you want to say even Michael Kendricks when he was healthy, you know, Trotter. I mean, yeah, you can go back. I mean, crazy. Corey used to say at least since try. Yeah, exactly. Comments are guy. All right, comment. See you later, man. Have a good night, dude. Hope you enjoy your night. Chris says, when was the last time we had this many good linebackers? I don't even remember. I really don't. Even our Super Bowl year, we didn't really have, you know, Kendricks was good. You know, Kendricks was okay, but I don't even know, like, this deep and this much, like, I'm not even just talking about I'm not even just talking about like maybe the first starters or like, I'm talking like depth-wise on top of it. I think Davion Taylor was starting to have a really good year last year. He's got a big chip on his shoulder coming into this year. I think there's some really good things to take out of this group. I mean, I think what started all of this was when the Eagles actually released Alex Singleton. That really confused me. I said, holy crap, they released Alex Singleton. What does this mean? Well, it means that they're trying to upgrade this position, which I was like really happy about. So crazy. Then it's Rex Ryan. Ryan says the question will be Nakobe be better than Parsons. I don't even care about that, dude. Like I'm not gonna put that much on him right now. Like, you understand? Like, if we draft him in the first round or something like that, I would say, yeah, he'd have to play as good, but I feel like he's gonna play really well. I feel like he's gonna do a lot for us first year. I think he's definitely gonna get a lot of attention. 1HP said, every time I see Gannon doesn't blitz, I miss Jim Johnson's defense. No doubt about that, dude. Bring back Swartz? Hell no. I would never do that. I would never do that. The guy doesn't know. The guy has favoritism. The guy has veteran favoritism. Always kept Nate Gary in games. Always kept Derek Barnett in games. Does know how to use corners. Doesn't know how to use linebackers. All he knows how to use is that defensive line. That's it. He said, just think about it. Malcolm Jenkins bandaged up this defense so well when Jim Schwartz was here. Like Malcolm Jenkins took over almost every position. You know what I mean? Not saying that Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills were the best corners, because they really weren't. I mean, Jalen Mills, the one thing I could say, he had fight back, for where we drafted him. He played well here for his career. You know what I mean? And Darby was okay, undersized, so he would get beat by bigger receivers. But Malcolm moving all over the field totally bandaged up our secondary. And if that defensive line doesn't get pressure, it's more on our secondary. So, I mean, I think it came hand in hand. Chris says, no more skinny arms, Singleton. Brett said, I'm most hyped for Cowboys Christmas Eve in Dallas. Dude, I'm excited for that game, but I'm like preparing myself to hopefully not ruin my holiday. Like, I'm actually going to be streaming a game on Christmas. Like, we're actually going to have content on Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? That's crazy. As a content creator, it's kind of nuts. Like, I've never done content. Usually for Christmas Eve and Christmas and stuff, usually I take a few days off for the holiday. Like, I take 3-4 days off. At least 3 days off I take. Like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever the case may be, when it lands on. Says, what do you think we're going to do? I see us having 2 top 10 picks because the Saints probably not going to be good, and we're going to be worse, probably only going to win 6 games. 6 games max with a trash quarterback? Dude, 6 games? That's crazy, dude. I'm sorry, but this team is not getting worse this year. Let me tell you, there is no way. I don't think the Saints are going to be that bad. I think it could be a 15 to 20 pick. I don't think it's going to be a top 10 pick. Okay. But 6 games, that's ridiculous. Sorry, but that's really ridiculous. Like, that's over the line. That's way over the line. If you said 10 games, okay. But even 10 games is a failed season for me. 11, 12, 11 is okay. 12 to 14 games is what I'm looking at right now. I'm not even kidding. 6 games, that is just, whew, man. We win 6 games this year. Wow. All that hype down the drain. All that hype down the friggin' drain. Sam says favorite game, Washington, Dallas. I need the revenge from last season. I totally agree. Dev says I miss LeGarrette Blount. Don't we all, dude? Don't we miss LeGarrette Blount? When he signed, I was like, holy crap, this is going to be really good. I said, this is going to be interesting. Gigi says, hey, yo, Joey, what's going on, Gigi? Gigi, what's going on? Jock says, hey, Joey, what's up? Yo, Jock, welcome back, dude. Carl says, I think since the Steichen is taking over the play calling from Sirianni, we'll be better. The Bucks game was terrible because of the RPO stuff. No middle throws. Yeah, there was no mid-tier throws. It's either you're getting somebody on a comeback route, an out route. I mean, you never get somebody on a post corner. I mean, really, when this passing game started to really get better, I thought the second half of that Chargers game was really where our passing game was just getting a lot better. Jeremy said, which team is better 2017 this year? Joey says, Nigel Brown was decent. Nigel Brown was really good until he went to the Saints, and after getting a ring and saying that he's on a better franchise or a winning franchise or something like that. Or remember, he went to Denver, got cut. No, he went to the Saints. I forgot where he went, to Denver or the Saints first. I forgot where he went. I think he went to the Saints first, and then he got cut, and then he went to Denver, and he wasn't even on the active roster. I mean, that's what freaking happened, dude. We got a super chat from Weapon X NFL Eagles. What's going on, bro? He says, can we take time to appreciate the quality of Joey's content? Keep killing it, bro. You are my motivation. Dude, I watch your channel all the time, man. When you're doing your late night stream, sometimes I'm doing work for my other job that I have, and sometimes I'll see you streaming and I'll jump in. I don't comment much or in the live chat much, but I'll be watching or have it on while I'm doing my work on my other screen. So I appreciate it so much, man. The support's been real. Without you guys, this doesn't exist. You understand? Like, without you guys watching, the channel isn't the way it is right now. I have a lot of people to thank along the way have got me to this point, and you guys are number one when it comes to commenting and watching the vids and doing all that great stuff. So I love you all for that. So I thank you. I don't say it enough. I understand I don't say it enough, and I don't. But I do not take this for granted. Trust me. This is a hobby that became something that didn't think it was going to turn out the way it was. So I appreciate everybody for liking me. For me, even if I'm wrong, I'm right. I'm not right all the time about things, but you guys like me for me. I'm glad you guys enjoy the Philly Shakedown. I'm glad you guys enjoy everything that comes out. So yeah, definitely. If you guys haven't subscribed to Weapon X NFL Eagles, subscribe to his channel if you guys haven't. He is a content creator. I don't know if he covers anything else but the Eagles. I think it's just Eagles stuff. I could be wrong, but I'm not going to say anything for him. But about what content he puts out because I'm not sure. But definitely go to Weapon X NFL Eagles. Subscribe to him if you guys haven't. Check out other content creators, guys. There's a lot more content creators out there that bring some different things to the table. So definitely check it out. No joke. Thank you so much, man. Corey says a Blunt Ajayi was a killer 1-2 punch. Yeah, once they trade Ajayi and they got, a fourth-round pick for Jay Ajayi was a total steal. And that first game against Denver when we put over 50 points on Denver, that was just insane. Someone says, I am an Eagles fan, but I think too many other Eagles fans just have blind, delusional faith. Dude, 6 games is just ridiculous. You obviously have – come on now. You won 9 games with Jalen Hurts. We won 9 games with Jalen Hurts last year, okay? There's no way they're with the roster that they have with a not impossible schedule, okay? There is – it's crazy. That's crazy. They just lost a couple guys already. Brady going to regret he came back. Corey says it's not blind, delusional faith. Dude puts in work. Ron says, nah, fam, you just don't believe in him. That's okay, but that's for yeah, dude. Like, it's fine, but 6 games. Look, I respect people's opinions, but 6 games is like you just have something against this team, or you just hate Jalen Hurts that much, or I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't get it. Eric says, I don't like you, Joey. Hey, look, if you don't, that's all you, bro. I know you're cool. You always show up to the streams and you're angry most of the time, but it is what it is. Hopefully, I mean, this is a lot of people's therapy. This is my therapy session. The reason why I started a YouTube channel is because I had no Eagles fans that lived in my area to talk Eagles football. That's the only reason why I started this channel in the beginning. That was like the only reason, really. It's crazy. Of course, there's no clickbaity thumbnails. What's with the clickbaity? What fuck is everybody talking about, dude? I'm asking people if people think Jalen Hurts is going to struggle this year. That's all I'm asking. The hell are people talking about? So this game, some people has to get fired. Corey said it would take crazy injuries for us to only win 6 games. I think it's just ridiculous. Sorry, but Jalen's gone if we lose 6 games. Yeah, you lose 6. I mean, you only win 6 games for the year. I mean, that's. I don't know, dude. Jalen's gone if we lose 6 games. Yeah, dude, there's like high expectation this year. No joke. Like, there's high expectation. Gigi says, Joey, who doesn't make the cut with our receiving core in your opinion? I think Greg Ward doesn't make it. I think Ward, it could be whether it's Devin Allen or Britton Covey, it could be one of those two. Surprisingly, it could be Greg Ward because I think Doug valued Greg Ward a lot more than Nick. Just like how Doug valued Miles Sanders and his skill set a lot more than Nick. That's just me, though. Fred says Jalen freaking Hurts going to shut some shit up. Dude, I agree. I've been bit on football for 25 years. I know when I see it. But, dude, hey, if you think we're going to win 6 games, I hope you're back when we win over 6 games. That's all I'm saying. It is what it is. Joey, don't you think it's ironic how we stole Jay Howard in the draft from Dallas? We took Bradbury from the Giants and we planted the seed now as Carson into Washington experiment. It's crazy. Howie's made some very good moves. Brown says, oh my God, bro, 25 years. The Irish says, Joey, have you pre-ordered your Derek Barnett Kelly Green jersey? No, I haven't. I don't even know who I'm going to get. I might actually get like Jordan Mailata or something. I might actually go like offensive lineman. I want to get an offensive lineman number this year. I might next year. Ken says both Jalen's going to be flipping burgers if we win 6 games. One should be already. Yeah, one should already be flipping burgers and doing the lettuce and the tomatoes at the same friggin' time. Never mind just flipping the damn burgers. Okay. I remember it was one of the only people that said Carson Wentz was a bum and that was a fluke season 17. Everybody thought it was funny. Well, I thought it was a good, I thought it was a good year from him. I mean, I thought 2020 was the year when I thought after the first game against Washington when we were up 17-0, I said that there's something wrong with Carson Wentz. I mean, but I was really trying to support this guy from 17 to 18 and then 19 and then once 2020 came and I don't know. Of course, it's not Joey. I was saying you don't do clickbait thumbnails. One of the reasons I like your content. Oh, I appreciate it so much, dude. No, I was just wondering. I was like, how is my thumbnail clickbaity? I don't like if I said Jalen Hurts broke his leg, R.I.P. Like, yeah, I gotta understand. Let me knock on wood real quick. Let me knock on wood. We don't want that to happen. God, imagine. Oh God, just imagine. Oh man. Oh Jesus. Pray to God. Pray to God. Derek says, you got to get a Beefy Jurgens jersey. A Beefy Jurgens. That's what we're calling him now. Fred said it hurts top 10. They still going to hate. I think it hurts hate is deeper than football. It probably is. It's pick and choose, man. It's if you like him, you don't, or you just some people think he's cocky. Some people think he's conceited. Some people think that he already thinks when he gets talked up too good that he thinks he's already good or he thinks he's great or I don't know. It's everybody's got their own opinion. Z said, I feel like Jalen Hurts got the potential to be the better QB than Wentz. How he gave Hurts the potential to succeed. As long as I don't think Hurts is ever going to have a Carson Wentz arm. Okay, I don't think he's going to have a gunslinger mentality arm. It's not going to happen. Like Jalen Hurts has a special skill set, which is he can run with the football in his hands, and he's got to let the offense work for him. Don't put it on. I'm not saying don't put it all on Jalen Hurts' shoulders, but you have a good foundation of players around you now. And I feel like the Eagles have built better around Jalen Hurts than they did Carson Wentz. That's just me. I'm not saying there's a lot of people that come with these very bold statements like, oh, he never throws it down the field. It's the dumbest thing that people say. And I don't get why that you just want him to lob it down, like lobbing it down the field makes him a better quarterback. Like it doesn't. It's just he's got to go through his check downs and his reads, and he's got to be, he has to be more accurate. If you don't have power in your arm, you have to be more accurate, and sometimes his check downs are way too late. Sometimes, he misses guys wide open. It's scanning of the field. It's, that's just what it is. Anticipation is the big problem I think Hurts has. You know what I mean? And I think there were times where he eyed one guy down the field and made it obvious. And, defenses are going to read that, and that's what's going to cause turnovers. So I get it. I totally get it, though. It's not based off of what they've actually done. That was after we beat Washington. How many fans going to fall through the barricades again? Yeah, right. That was Jalen Hurts could have got hurt. He could have got hurt. No joke. Like if he was under that, if that gate hit his shins and his whole body just went the opposite direction, he could have broke both his legs. Like no joke. Like that would have been bad. That would have been really, really bad. Maris says Skip would trade Dak and Jalen. He has love fest with Jalen. Go figure. Yeah, obviously. He always has. He's always had with Jalen. Lauren says, don't put Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts in the same basket, please. Weapon says, I miss Wentz. He just needed pieces. Imagine Wentz with this. Yeah, but dude, he's got weak leadership, dude. He's got weak leadership. He's got a weak mindset. He really does. When things started going sour with him and the way he was playing and how bad he was playing and he got benched for it. And I understand that Howie Roseman probably RG3'd him and handicapped him and, probably made him gain weight and made him more of a pocket guy, made him more of a Nick Foles RPO type quarterback. And I totally understand that. But when you get paid franchise money, okay, you don't do what you don't do what you just did. You don't do that. You don't do that. The guy's not humble. The guy said the same thing every single week, every time we lost the game, every single week, full of excuses, not accountable towards himself, especially how he treated the fans when he left, besides that stupid PR thing that his wife probably wrote, most likely. Okay. Thank you, Don Spolsky, Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lear for this wonderful opportunity. Give me a break, dude. The way he left these fans was pure. It was disgusting. It was really disgusting. Like, I don't even care about the other things. Like, he might be right about some things about how the Eagles treated him and like the front office treated him and what they wanted him. They put him in an impossible situation and they didn't draft great around him, which they didn't. But as a franchise quarterback getting paid franchise money, you can't just quit on your team when things start going south. Like, you just can't. You get benched. And you were like, how many pictures of Carson Wentz, how many pictures that were taken of Carson Wentz always looking over his shoulder at Jalen Hurts all the time? Like, Jalen Hurts was just in his head during practice, the game. Like, just imagine, like, every time he's trying to, like, throw the ball or something, he's always saying, man, if I screw this up, they're going to put Jalen in for a couple. Remember, Jalen used to get some snaps here and there, and he would run in immediately. He's like, because it's I think his head got screwed up from Jadeveon Clowney. I think part of that was part of it. I think part of it was Nick Foles taking over and winning a Super Bowl. That messed him up because it happened again the year after that. And I think the Eagles would have been in the Super Bowl again. One drop pass, one made pass away from Alshon Jeffrey. The Rams were crap that year. They would have been back in the Super Bowl to beat the Patriots. They could have won the Super Bowl again in 2018. I firmly believe that. And I feel like every time with Carson Wentz, all of that put together, it totally messed him up. Nick Foles winning that Super Bowl totally messed him up. Totally. And him being the hero, like, he wasn't fully, after the LCL, ACL tear, he should have been gone for a year and a half. He shouldn't have even played in 2018 at all. Then he got the spinal injury. So on top of the LCL, ACL that wasn't even fully healed and his body was still screwed up from that, he got the spinal injury and he couldn't even throw the ball. Carson Wentz is just selfish sometimes. Yeah, it's okay to be the hero. You want to go in, but you got to, like, your health comes first before anything, dude. Like, that guy just didn't care, which, it is, it's great, but you're a franchise quarterback making a lot of money. Like you know what I mean? Like, I think that was before he got the extension, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're going to get paid all this money, and you get paid all this money, and you have to like be smart and not be a stupid idiot. So I get it, dude. I totally get there's some fans like I don't respect the guy at all. I really don't. Whatever's between what he did with him at the Eagles is fine. The way he treated this fan base when he left, not saying a friggin' word to us about even being humble and making a video, or even saying like, hey guys, I'm sorry it didn't work out. Like, I love you guys. Like, it's going to be really tough, you know, at least be like some humility, like just some unselfishness, like show us like you're a human being, that, you know, you have people that bought your jersey and wear your jersey every single week. Like, and this is how you treat those fans that supported you. I thought it was disgusting. I really did. Like, I thought it was totally disrespectful. I don't care about what Eagles and what he thought about that. I don't even care about that. It's how he was towards the fans when he left. It's like he didn't even care. He already made his mind up he already said it. He said it on the Pat McAfee show. He said it when he went to the Colts. I mean, he already said on the Pat McAfee show, like after that season, he pretty much said, like, I was pretty much on the way out when I got benched. I already thought I was leaving this team when I got benched. Like, from getting benched once, and he's so lucky that he has Frank Reich. Frank Reich is the only reason why he's a starting quarterback right now. That's it. Without Frank Reich, he wouldn't have even started last year. Carson Wentz had a good year, a solid year last year. Okay, choked at the end, but he had a solid year last year. So that's why I don't like him. That's pretty much why I don't like him. He's got no respect. Everything's got to be handed to him. He got handed that offense from the Colts on a silver platter. He's going to be handed a bigger silver platter with this Washington offense. I think that's why I think that's Washington's a big sleeper this year. Like, yeah, Eagles, Cowboys. Yeah, Eagles, Cowboys, great. But I think Washington's going to be right behind us. I think Dallas takes a step back. I think the Giants are in last place with a really good a really good coaching staff. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Lawrence says Lamar has a playoff win. Let me go down the chat a little bit. That's the 2017 year was the only year how he built a roster around Wentz. Yeah, but you know what, though? That roster was good, but the coaches were really good that year. Coaching was fantastic. Every free agent that Howie signed worked out. Every free agent between LeGarrette Blount, between Patrick. Now, Patrick Robinson was actually an outside corner, and he was playing horrible that training camp. He wasn't playing well. After the Eagles trade for Ronald Darby, and Darby, they moved Patrick Robinson inside, and then they had Darby on the outside. Patrick Robinson did not play well on the outside in that offseason. He was getting beat constantly. So he got lucky with a lot of those free agent signings. A lot of those free agent signings worked out. And then signing Nick Foles as the backup, that was the biggest one that I didn't expect it was even going to happen. Okay, and that happened. Lawrence says, you have to love yourself or you will get eaten up and out here, bro. Carson Wentz was never tough enough to be in Philly. He's not tough, dude. No, even the Colts, like there was rumors that his leadership, he brings a lot of his faith into the leadership. You can't bring religion into your leadership. You just can't because not everyone believes in that. Like I'm not religious. Like I'm Catholic, but I used to go to church every Sunday, but I don't anymore because I'm older and I can do whatever the hell I want. My dad used to make me go to church. I actually went to Catholic school for a couple of years. I freaking hated it. Okay. Like, is there, do I believe in God? I guess somewhat. Yeah. But I'm not like big religious. I don't put anybody down for being religious or nothing like that. Like people can believe in whatever the hell they want, whether it's Buddha, whether it's, it doesn't matter what it is. Okay, like people believe what they believe, but when you go to a football team, you can't put your faith into your offense as being a leader in that faith guy. Not everyone believes in that stuff. That's what it is. I said, bro, he probably still missing. Huh? Louis said, if you watch his games, he doesn't have the same turn the ball like he used to pre-injury. Earl says he holds the ball too long. He plays hero ball. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I feel like if you make Carson hold onto the ball more than 3 seconds, you have him on the ground. You know, Carson Wentz has been I refused to play in Chicago when they was about to trade. I don't think that was even happening, dude. I don't think that was happening. I think some of it had to do with compensation. I don't think it was because I don't think it was because he refused. You know what I mean? I don't think that was the case. I think part of it was I think he wanted to play with Frank Reich, obviously, which we all kind of thought it would happen. I think part of it was compensation too, because I think we try to get like 2 first-round picks for him or something. I know it was like 2 first-rounders and a third or something like that. That's the Rams injury killed his style of play. Yeah, I mean, I could believe that, but I don't know. Like Carson looks a lot faster. His second year, I thought the second year in 17 he looked really fast. Like even when he lost the weight last year for the Colts, like I thought he looked pretty good. Like, but I don't think he looked the same as he did in 17. His arm was really good. I mean, I thought his arm was pretty damn good, but I think he tries to hold on too much. And if you saw the Colts by the end of the year, they try to his percentage was going down in passing. I mean, he barely passed the ball to pass the last like 2-3 games. Like they were straying away from Carson Wentz and putting more into Jonathan Taylor. Then when he got to that Jaguars game, forget it. I mean, I wouldn't even put too much on Carson Wentz that game because that offensive line did not help him whatsoever because he got sacked 7-8 times. I mean, I loved every minute of it and I laughed. Don't get me wrong. Not only were the Colts losing, but goddamn, like Carson Wentz is getting his ass kicked, and I was totally fine with that. So I get it. Don't get me wrong. I totally get it. But that's it. Wentz was not allowed to say anything to the fans. That's that's bullshit. Okay, so if he's not allowed to say anything to the fans, then why didn't he say anything to the fans when he got signed? It doesn't matter. Like, even if that's even true, if he wasn't supposed to say anything between that moment of, trade and stuff like that. Even when he got signed, he said nothing. You know what I mean? Jesse Belsa, do you remember Kevin Cobb? I went to a game once. Akers missed 3 kicks. I think Vic was hurt because Cobb was the QB. Well, after the season, Akers was let go. A couple of Aker fans got hackled. Really? Well, I said Wentz was looking like a franchise QB Andrew Luck vibe. No, I thought he was. I mean, I did. But of course, did Wentz realize that his duck under move is known as duck under move, where he goes back and he's done that move a lot. That's what he does, and even I think he tried to do that with the Jaguars. I think part of it is when he does that, and if he doesn't get past anybody, he protects himself way better because you're more to getting injury just standing there than curling yourself up. You're curling yourself up a little bit, so you won't really get a big injury when you're curled up like that. You might not. That Jaguars loss was weird. It really was. I didn't expect them to lose that game at all. As I think we gave up on Wentz too soon. Big Ben had horrible years, and the Steelers never gave up on him. Thanks for the sub, Joey. It's been a minute. What's going on, Danny? Sorry, my throat. My throat was really itchy. Gigi says, Joey, you feel like playing fantasy football? Yeah, no. I'm too biased, dude. I can't play fantasy football. I'm too biased. That's me right there. That's the way that is. Lawrence says, "Are we not going to do this? Wentz is gone, bro. Seriously, just move on." Oh, somebody asked. There might be new subscribers that don't know my take on Carson Wentz, and it is what it is. Like, so I kind of go on a rant with it. I'm over it. I'm fine with it. We got our first round pick out of it. I'm fine. Like I told you, like the only videos I was making last year about Wentz was his snap count, and that was it. Throughout the year, I was making videos on his snap count, and that was pretty much it. So that's what I was pretty much going for with all that great stuff. Well, we've hit over 2 hours of the stream, 2 hours, 19 minutes. If you guys haven't, 180 people in the chat. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining the stream today. If you guys haven't, definitely subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. We'll be covering everything that happens in training camp every single day. And obviously, we'll be live streaming all the preseason games and kind of going through what's going on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Like the stream if you guys have it. It does help out the channel out a lot. Check out the memberships in the pinned comment for extra content. It's very cheap. We do extra stuff like behind the scenes stuff with my PC and like other stuff I'm building and everything behind the channel. Like I'm usually uploading a lot there and rants and stuff I really can't put on YouTube that are kind of X-rated on there because it kind of gets a little crazy that I really can't put on YouTube in a really bad way because I get kind of nuts during the season. So definitely look at those if you guys haven't either. And yeah, we're going to get through this whole thing, man. We'll stream for another 10 minutes. And then we're going to do another stream tomorrow. We will stream tomorrow night, and we'll enjoy ourselves. So definitely, we're going to have a couple videos. We'll have a video out tomorrow. We'll have probably 2 videos out tomorrow. So we'll go over all training camp and everything that happened, and speculate, and we're going to have fights back and forth because that's what we're doing all the time. That's how it happens. The coach had a decent team. If they had a top 15 quarterback, they could have did some damage in the playoffs, but they had Carson Wentz. Fred says no nuts Wentz got canceled by Big Dick Nick. It says the Colts could have did some damage if they had a quarterback. Lawrence said the one question nobody can answer: if Wentz was healthy in 17, would we have won the Super Bowl? I honestly don't know. I really don't know. We could maybe. I mean, I can't tell you. I really can't tell you. That's a hard one because it's always that what if, But at the other moment, I'm kind of like, I don't even give a crap because like it's already done. We won, and it's all that matters. You know what I mean? If we lost, we could really go back into this whole if Wentz could have won it if Nick didn't win. Says you should do some content on college football and the top 3 best quarterbacks because it's a good chance we're going to get one. I mean, we might, but I don't cover really the college stuff until like the end of the year. Like I try to watch college football when I can. I'm too busy on the weekends. I got way too much going on. When the season starts, my weekends are like booked up. Like I have no time to even watch another game besides our game, unless we're on a bye week or something like that. But, I'm hoping we don't have to give up 2 first-round picks to move up top 5 next year. So I see kind of whatever college football you have the top 3 quarterbacks because that is going to be the future quarterback. Lip says, do you think the Ravens are stupid for not playing Lamar? Yeah. I mean, is that what they're doing? Thanks. After Carson Wentz had his knee injury, he lost his first step. That was for him, plus his lack of intangibles. And his psyche. The most important part of the human body is your brain. Okay? If this don't work, it affects everything that you do. To be successful, it affects everything that you do. I think his psyche is the biggest thing. His mindset is the biggest thing. Insecurities of someone else taking his job. Even though if Hurts becomes successful, I think we're always going to hate where he was drafted in the second round. I think we're always going to hate that pick because he was drafted here to be the backup quarterback, 100%. I mean, you draft a quarterback in the second round to be the best. I mean, I'm never going to like that pick. If Hurts wins us the Super Bowl, I'm always going to hate that pick. I'm not going to hate the player. I'm going to hate the pick. I would have loved Jalen Hurts. Second round, could have probably got him late 3rd to early 4th round, to be honest with you. But imagine Wentz winning the division. Yeah, that would kind of suck. that would kind of suck a little bit. Bryce said, I know we got our wide receivers, but George Pickens looked. I wanted George Pickens, man. I was big on George Pickens. Yeah, I didn't know if we were going to get another receiver. That's why before the AJ Brown, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I was big on George Pickens, man. Really big on him. Lawrence says, yep. G says, please hit the like, everyone. I appreciate it so much, man. They said thoughts on the independent study clause and commerce. I can't even believe that's freaking realistic, dude. I can't even believe that. Imagine we winning the Mega Million Yeah, so it's in $1.1 billion, dude. I'm playing. I already played it already. I'm already playing it now. Bryce, I know we got our wide receivers, but George Pickens is making crazy catches in training camp. Five Fly. Jesus, you do live streams? I think he does. Danny says it's hard to know that different QB played different big games. You could have played better than Rolls. Dad says Stroud, Will Levis, and Tyler Van Dyke. Those are the three guys I hope we get. Unless just college football is boring. I don't really enjoy it. I don't really enjoy it that much. Like, I don't mind it. Like, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of watching college football too much. But I try to catch games throughout the year when I can. That's why I don't go over college players throughout the year. I usually watch things, at the end of the year and stuff and, make my own opinion on certain players. Bat says, holy shit, you're still, yeah, dude, of course, dude. Why do people get so mad? Why do people get so pissed off? It's just so funny how people get pissed off. Lawrence Greer says insecurities. Dude, that's the number one thing is being insecure, dude. If you're insecure, you're not gonna move on from anything. It's just what it is. Eagles are gonna back to the playoffs this season. Should we resign Ryan? Yeah, I don't think so. The Brown Riders said Cowboys got to steal signing. Who the guy from the dude? Come on now, stop with these USFL players. Stop. He's a freaking USFL player, dude. Stop. Just like how Gallup's not going to be playing this year, and Jalen Tolbert's going to be hyped up, and he hasn't even hit the field yet. Come on now. I mean, it was a good. I mean, look, it's a good signing for you guys, but like, he went to the USL for a reason, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe he'll come back and play good in a good system. Maybe he'll be a role-playing guy, but I'm not even, like, saying it towards you. I'm just saying it towards just that signing in general. When I saw it and I was just, like, seeing all the Cowboys fans all excited, I was like, it's like, dude, he's in the USL. Like, we signed a USFL player, and I'm not, like, making videos and saying, oh, he's the next stud. I'm not going to do that. I would say no, F. Kerrigan. I love Corey Houston Bay because he's very bold with his statements. He doesn't hold anything back. I give him a lot of respect, Corey. I give Corey a lot of respect. Reed said Hurts was drafted because the Eagles were forced to play Josh McCown in the playoffs versus Seahawks. Baby hands. It's going to be easier for Tampa Bay than the Rams to go to the playoffs. The NFC not as good this season. The AFC is stacked with talent. I'm excited to see what the AFC does this year. Seattle overspent on Metcalf? 23 a year? 23? What do you get? He got 23, 24 a year, whatever it was? I read it was 30, but I think it's like 23. That's the damn Cowboy stretching talking about USFL players. Lawrence says, Joey, I'm not going to flex. I'm happy that DK didn't go to Dallas. I'm real. I was scared, not afraid to admit it. No, I mean, I made a video on it, and I said that, yeah, it's going to be – they're going to look really good with DK being with the Cowboys. That's really going to suck. So, Fresno July signing another Pro Bowl cowgirl. Yeah, I think he was Turbin, that guy. I think the guy from USFL, the Cowboys guy. I think he was like the most. I think he was like the top player. I think he was the most valued player in the whole entire league. Whatever league is left. So I'm saying, like, if they're continuing the USFL, I mean, they're just going to continue it. Obviously, with the undrafted class next year, or players that just didn't get signed next year, and former NFL players that never get their chance. I guess. I mean, I guess that's how it's going. Maybe. Bronze, the Eagles better get ready for week 6. It's going to be a shoot fight out there. Go Cowboys. We'll see. We'll see, dude. I want to see CeeDee Lamb as the number 1 receiver this year, and how Zeke's going to play as a big part this year as well. Because really, at the end of the day, Zeke's getting paid $18 million. He hasn't really played well since the year after he got that big contract. He had like 1,050 yards. Never really since then. He hasn't really. I mean, I like Tony Pollard a lot. Don't get me wrong. I think Tony Pollard's the better back, just because he could play special teams and catch the ball in the backfield. And I think he's a very sufficient runner. Howie says, "What if Prescott sweeps Hurts and Hurts splits with Wentz?" Prescott sweeps Hurts and Hurts splits with Wentz. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. You're telling me you're only going to win one game out of those two teams? That's it? They're losing 3 games out of that. The USFL was okay, GG. It wasn't as bad. Michelle says, Joey, where's your season hat? I would love one of those hats, to be honest. They look really cool. I would get one of those hats. Yeah, the USFL, it was, first, I mean, the XFL is definitely going to be, it's definitely going to turn up a lot better. I think there will be a better crowd for the USFL. The playoff games were pretty lit. I won't lie. The playoff games are actually, they had the most people at the playoff games. I was really pissed off at the Philadelphia Stars because they put in that backup quarterback for one play. That quarterback just messed up the whole game. First pass by that backup quarterback, pick 6. We were playing that game was really good, man. That game was awesome. That game was really good. But they had the game. They had it. They literally had that win, and they totally screwed up. They totally screwed it up. They put in that backup quarterback. They made him throw the first pass, and it was a pick 6, and that was it. The game was over. The game was over. Freaking sucks. That's the God. I hope one smacks Dak. Matt says just custom make one on Amazon like I did. Ron said all Hurts could do is scramble. You don't do a good arm. He's like Lamar Jackson 2.0. Dan Quinn's defense is coming to play this season. Dude, the defense is not going to do enough for what you're going to be putting on the field. It's just not going to – it's not. Like, if you think the Dallas Cowboys are going to do anything but get into the playoffs, that's as far as they go. They just can't. You guys have had the roster the past couple of years to do anything, and they haven't done anything, I'm not even trying to shit on the Cowboys, but I don't know. I feel like their offense takes a step back this year. I think the defense is going to play well, but offensively, I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough. Michael Gallup's still coming off the ACL and still not even ready to play yet. You're not even going to have Gallup for the first game so far. Who knows how much longer it's going to be? And he's coming off an ACL on a monster contract this year. I don't know. I just don't. And even like all the same generic stuff that everyone says about Jalen Hurts on not having an arm and blah blah blah. Like, look, I'm just being very realistic with my team, and I'm going to say it right now. Jalen Hurts, like, I'm not saying he's MVP. I'm not saying that he's a gunslinger at all. But if this offense works for him, we won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles. You know what I mean? Like, I always think that Nick Foles coming in, and he was an RPO read option type. Not a read option, but more of an RP. He was an RPO passer, and if you're good at your craft and let this offense work for you, it could be very successful. Sydney, I totally agree. Sydney says Cowboys needed a Debo or DK. I totally agree. I felt like if they trade for DK or Debo, I think they would have been a lot better this year. Then I would be like, holy crap. Like, yeah, the Eagles got to play their ass off. They still got to play their ass off regardless, but that would have been big. That would have been a big improvement, and that would have made their offense 20 times better. You put a DK or Debo Samuel with CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, it's a good wide receiver core. It's beyond great. Chrissy says, "What up, Shakes? My Cowboys might take it to the Super Bowl, but we'll have a way better season than the E-Girls had." Dude, it's every year. It's the same thing. I think the Cowboy fans have been pissed off because the Eagles have been the talk of the East. The Eagles have been the talk of the East, and they can't stand it, and that's just the way it is. It wasn't for all the penalties we had last season, we would have made it further than playoffs, and Cooper wasn't getting used enough, so here is the point of having him. The thing is now it's like Cooper's gone, so is CeeDee going to play better as a number one against the best cornerback is going to be on him now, which I think CeeDee Lamb's a great player. I think he's fantastic. I like CeeDee Lamb a lot. Cooper is somewhat of a loss, but obviously between having injuries, since signing with the Cowboys, he's had injuries. For some reason, he's played bad. He's played, at home. I don't know. Like he's shown laziness. Even though I think Amari Cooper is, he kind of had the same issues when he was with the Raiders too. But it's definitely a loss for the team. But I don't think I think Jalen Tolbert, I think later on will be, a nice like role play wide receiver in a good system. Has a little bit of a speedster, to him a little bit where you can line him up anywhere you want. Depends if the offensive line stays healthy. It just depends. I don't think they produce as much offensively like they did last year. I don't. Defensively, Dan Quinn is only going to be there for one more year, and that's it. Like, this is the last year you're going to have Dan Quinn. After this year, Dan Quinn's getting a head coaching job. No doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. G says Cowboys need a baller like Reagor. Or is that all he's got to do is be Alex Smith? Matt said, I think J-Jaw is going to ball out this year. Dude, you're kidding, right? Like, you have to be, like, trolling me right now. He has no chance at tight end. He's got 2 left feet, dude. He's got no chance at tight end. He's got no chance against Jack Stahl. He's got no chance against Grant Calcaterra, and he's a 6th-round pick. He's got no chance. They didn't justify the pick moving to tight end. As I've seen from like the months have passed ever since that decision was made, I kind of realize now that they're just putting him in a lose situation. They're putting Reagor in a lose situation because they traded for AJ Brown. They have Zach Pascal now. Number 2, they got Britton Covey and they got Devon Allen for special teams. They've literally have paved the way for Reagor to go nowhere on this roster. They have paved the way for literally, I mean, they even brought in I mean, it's for camp, obviously, or for camp reasons, but they brought in that Graham guy from the Falcons. They brought in I mean, Richard Rodgers is gone now, so they had to replace Tyree Jackson as well. That was probably because of Tyree Jackson being on PUP list and probably will be on IR most likely. I don't think J.J. even has a chance this year, period. Fred says, oh, don't forget that choke QB sneak. The brothers screwed us. Oh, yeah, 10 seconds left on the clock. Dak Prescott scrambles. With what? How many seconds left? What was it, 9 seconds? God, man, if that was us, I would be pissed. At least, like, here's what I could say. At least we had a game where we knew it was over in 10 minutes. Like that. At least we had a game where we knew it was over in 10 minutes. Like, the Cowboys always get they always get a dagger through the heart every single time they're in the playoffs. There's always that like screw up moment from the Cowboys, and it always happens every single year. Rabio said, what up, Joey? Do you think that Nakobe Dean plays enough snaps will be enough to outperform that Parsons did his rookie season? I'm not going to put that much on him, but he should play probably as good, or it just depends. It's up to Gannon how they use him, man. Gannon's like the final piece of this whole defense for Hassan Reddick to play well, for Nakobe Dean to play well. That loss was glorious. How was Weasel? Why are folk happy with just making the playoffs? Hurts can't be Buccaneers defense said. Reed Buccaneers defense said. Cowboys probably not even going to have a chance to make the playoffs next season. They're going to be on the next head coach unless they can win one playoff game this year. McCarthy might be gone too. It could happen. I mean, I think Dan Quinn's definitely gone. Dan Quinn is definitely getting a head coaching job. Dan Quinn is really good. Or Dan Quinn becomes a defensive coordinator somewhere else. I don't know. I think he's going to be a head coach. Then he said, Reagor could get his head right. I believe he could be a good receiver. He has the ability. Maybe he needs a change of scenery. I feel like he needs a change of scenery. I think he needs a change of scenery. I think he needs a change of scenery. Holy crap, tongue twister. A change of scenery. He does. It has to happen. There's no room for him to keep a first round pick wide receiver as your number 4. It makes absolutely no sense. You're going to waste that roster spot where someone else can produce or come in if someone gets injured. It's a waste of time. Then he says in big games, the Cowboys always fall flat on their faces. Then he says Cowboys also lost some pieces. Yeah, but apparently they drafted a couple offensive linemen that are already replaced, and they're perfectly fine. The guy that they drafted that had the most penalties in college, I don't know. We'll see. Tyron Smith is like, oh, I've never felt this good in my career. And when people say that, they get injured. Tyron Smith is like, that man gets injured all the time. Now he said, what if Hurts had CD, Tolbert, Gallup, garbage wide receivers? Hurts would be benched without good receivers like Philly has. I ain't capping, dude. You're probably one of the only fans that have any faith in J-Jaw. If let's do it right now. Okay, let's actually do it right now. Let's get this done. Let's do a poll right now. We're gonna have some fun. I think you're one of the only fans that thinks that. No joke. And there's nothing wrong with that. I respect it, but we're going to find out right now. Definitely vote on that poll. And I saw somebody say Jimmy G going to the Giants. Yeah, that would be a huge upgrade for them. No joke. And I'm not even a big fan of Jimmy G, but Howie says, I see ESPN Hurts is 1-11 against playoff teams in his career, worst win percentage of any starter. Yeah, I mean, he struggled last year. Gigi's like, oh, nope, sorry. Sorry, the brother screwed us. He is not big enough to block a defense, and the Eagles are delusional if they let him make the team as a tight end. Ashford says, think of the Eagles brought in a tight end from USFL as well. He's probably better than J-Jaw. Poor J-Jaw. Hopefully he proves us all wrong. Yeah, nah. That could make Reagor look like first-round pick. Can't blame Jalen for having trash QB with halfway decent line. You, dude, halfway decent line, that's 100% wrong, okay? Name the players on this offensive line right now, okay? Name the players right now, because that's a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of BS. No joke. Even take Jalen Reagor, dude. Like, you don't even know what you're getting with Jalen Reagor. Like, you really, if you think that he's going to do anything with any other team, I'm telling you, you don't even know. You have to know half the story of what Reagor's done. I mean, you have to have known what he's doing. Yo, we got a super chat from Philly 500. What's going on, man? He said, yo, Joey, up late. What's happening? I'm watching Better Call Saul Theory videos. I love watching those. But I appreciate the super chat, though. Me and Philly will actually have stuff to talk about this week. We're not going to be speculating or anything like that. So this will be our first. This will be season 2, episode 2 of the Philly Shakedown podcast, Saturday on Philly 500's channel, and we'll be ready to go. We'll have a lot to talk about. Should be a lot of fun, dude. I appreciate you coming in, though. Me and Phil usually talk until, well, at least my time. He's 3 hours behind me, but we usually talk until 4 or 5 in the morning. So that's usually what happens. Oh, don't worry, we're not talking like that late night. We're not talking like that. We're just talking about just regular shit in life. All that stuff. Well, I appreciate you coming in, though, dude. No joke. Appreciate you coming in. And it says delusional. The Eagles literally a top 8 offensive line. You know nothing about football if you think they're average. I don't know. I don't know, dude. It's almost 11:30. Lucky you, dude. Lucky you. 127. Chris, you said week 6 Cowboys 35, Eagles 17. Pfft. At least if you want the Cowboys to win, at least have both the scores. At least have both of those scores. At least come on, a little bit closer than that. Pause. I don't know what I just said. Yeah, Philly will text me about theories about certain shows, or these characters wear blue in all these episodes. This way they this is why they die. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, look, and I'm like, holy crap, he is right. Skid Mark says, yo, bro, I was playing with the tomatoes for 3 hours. Well, my tomatoes for 3 hours. GG, man. I want to do one, but YouTube keeps blocking my vids. Matt says, I'm in the Cowboys' dirty state. Nah, I do like Texas. Dude, I've always wanted to go to Texas. I've always wanted to play college football in Texas. That was like my dream, but my parents wouldn't let me. I almost went to Texas A&M Kingsville. That school I almost went to, but I was pissed. I've talked to it. I mean, I think you know that. I think I talked to you about that. Lawrence says fake fans in the chat. He says, for real, that sucks. Dave said the Eagles tend to play worse against the Cowboys at home for some odd reason. I might do it on Rumble. I keep forgetting that Rumble's like another YouTube. So he says Friday, 4 p.m. Sydney. Matt says, yes, sir, bro. We've talked about all of that. Yes, we have. It's on. It says I'm convinced we have the best line, and these Cowboy fans, man. Reagor dropped easy catches. Yeah. If somebody says look how he's going to look when he comes to the Cowboys, you have no idea what's going to happen. You got no idea. So let's go over 39 votes. We need more votes. We got 39 votes for. Do you have faith in J-Jaw as a tight end? 82% say no. 70% say yes. Right now. 82% now. Okay. Max says Rumble doesn't censor. YouTube days are numbered. YouTube's never gonna. No, that would never happen. I mean, Rumble doesn't have enough of an analytical fan base, an analytical base to even run anything. Lauren says Jalen either has it or doesn't. If that's simple. That's a 500. Did you sign up for fantasy? Yeah, I heard 500 is doing fantasy. That's awesome, dude. It's awesome. All right, you too, Danny. Have a good night, dude. Not yet, Des. So I have JP say, how can even 16% believe in J-Jaw as a tight end? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Beats me, dude. Beats me. I have no idea. I have no clue. I wish I had the answers, and I don't. Cowboys literally saying they have a good offense. They have a good offensive line. It's something else. You literally have an offensive lineman that led college football in penalties. You know how many damn college football teams? Well, it's the Eagles media team trash. Didn't show us any picks with helmets. This they did. What are you talking about? Do you mean the new helmets? What are you talking about? Yeah, they did. Matt said, listen, I'll make a call now. Hurts throws over 3,900 yards. Smitty stacks 1,200. Brown pulls with 900 plus. Dean makes defensive rookie of the year. Eagles make top 5 defense. However, we lose in the second round of the playoffs. And look, and that's what I'm kind of expecting with our wins. I'm expecting us to win the East and win a playoff game. And that's as far as I have it right now. Fern, what's going on, man? Sixers dub. What up, dude? What up, Joey? Jordan, miss you. Had a few things to take care of, but I'm back. Like I never left. Dude, I appreciate you coming in, man. Brown said, it hurts. He hyping y'all Eagles fans up during training camp, but when the season starts, he plays football like he don't know how to even play. How many years has Dak been in the league for? You look at that, and you tell me how many times has he been in the playoff. You tell me how many times that he has been past, okay? Anything realistic when it comes to getting the Cowboys over the hump, dude. And he hasn't done it. You have a team around Dak Prescott, or you did. I mean, even with Amari Cooper being gone, I think like it really depends what Jalen Tolbert does. But I don't have faith that you're gonna. I mean, with CeeDee Lamb's gonna play well, but I don't know. How is he gonna play against number 1 corners this year? No idea. The one thing I give respect to some of these quarterbacks, even Dak Prescott, at least he can get the ball to his receivers. He's a huge choke artist, but he gets his ball to the receivers. That's what happens. So, Philly with Super Chat, thank you so much, man. He says this week's episode of Better Call Saul is called Breaking Bad. Dude, I'm pumped. I am pumped, dude. It's gonna be a good episode. It's gonna be a really good episode. I'm pretty excited. Still 3 episodes left. 3 episodes of this show left. And that's it. Like, we're not getting any timeline of this show ever again. Sucks. Sucks when things end. I appreciate it so much, man. These dudes have to be trolling. Manuel Zorg says Dak has 1 playoff win in 6 years. Someone get that man a participation trophy. That's all, Vern. That's all you guys care about, man. Why do you guys? All you guys care about is winning against the Eagles and getting to the playoffs. You guys can't even do anything past that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, because known fact, dude, you're probably so pissed off every time. Like, every time that team that you call the Cowboys, that team that you call America's team, okay, they disappoint you every single year. You get on this high rise all year, you get disappointed at the end, dude. Like, I feel bad for you. I really do. Like, these guys cry at night. These guys, I guarantee you, they won't say it in the chat, but for damn sure these guys cry at night when this team loses. No doubt about it. Probably so pissed off. That deal is amazing. Howie says Hurts should be throwing right now after how last season went. Seriously, I know you're probably talking about this, but what do you think about Metcalf contract? He got paid some good money. He got paid really good. The Cowboys didn't get him, which is a good thing. But all these receivers getting paid now. I broke bad. Now I'm in the witness protection. Versus Dak owns QB sneaks with 8 seconds left in the playoffs. Guys said, what are your thoughts on Carson Strong? What are you hearing? I haven't heard much of anything. I mean, it's only been pretty much one day of reported training camp. So nothing yet. Bro, why don't you don't I in 500 run a suicide pool? $20 a person. You're illegal, bro. We're all over the internet. Reverend says best character on Better Call Saul is Huel, hands down. Would love a spinoff of Huel Babineau. Oh, damn. I like Huel. I don't think Huel's showing up. Oh, Huel might actually show up if obviously in Saul's new office and stuff. Well, Saul's office now in the show now. He's like a security guard for. Rod said the last time Eagles Cowboys fans are arguing back and forth is who's winning the division. Neither team won it. Though that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, but Cowboys fans talk shit all the time, especially Eagles fans as well. Eagles fans can be annoying too. Trust me, sometimes I can't stand my own fan base. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I get pissed off of my fan base, and I'll make videos on like certain things that they say, and sometimes I can't stand it. I can't wait, Daz. You watched the Breaking Bad, so good. Lawrence says Dallas won a Super Bowl when I was in elementary school. Burns said you can't hate on him. Why he keeps beating you? It don't matter, dude. It don't matter. Like at the end of the day, our quarterback has only been here for technically a year and a half. Our quarterback has only played a year and a half of football, dude. Your quarterback was drafted in 2015. So, and have done nothing. Nothing. And I'm sorry, but who's getting paid a shit ton of how much money is Dak getting paid? Yeah. Explains my point. Dak's Bear, but Eagles D coming for him. Oh. I heard Ozark was good. At least they cried during the day, too. Broad said Dak won't. I said Dick. Dak won't. Don't own the Cowboys. Cooper does. Once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy. Miss you, Coop. You know who I really like from Better Call Saul a lot? Howard. I think Howard's one of the most intriguing characters in that series. I really liked Chuck as well. I like Howard though a lot. Like Howard's is freaking awesome. Artificial on the rock on the track. What's going on, man? My guy said you guys cry at night. Well, you know what, dude? Imagine every single year. Imagine just getting disappointed every year. Like they celebrate all this dumb shit, and like it's just funny to me sometimes because like even with Diggs getting 11 picks for the year, and then he totally even on three passes in his direction. I mean, he got roasted that game against 49ers, just got totally roasted. like badly. You know what I mean? Like the regular season is like their Super Bowl, and then like once they get to the playoffs, they're breaking hearts, man. Their hearts are broken. Mako got paid and will have a chance to the top market again when he'll be on the market again when he's 27, which is kind of nuts. Damn, Joey, these late night streams just keep getting bigger. Dude, I don't know, man. Like, I don't mind like streaming like early in the day, but I mean during the season too, there's gonna be a lot of late night streams, a lot. So we're gonna have these late nights a lot. Bronson Dak don't own the Cowboy. Cooper does. Once the Cowboy was Cowboy. Let's see. I think I went up too much. First, so this season we get another 44-6 win against the Cowgirls. First game is in a week. Yeah, it's true. How many episodes will they have Walter and Jesse in it? Apparently, I heard it was more than one. I heard it was 2 episodes. That's what I heard. It was more than 1 episode. I heard it was 2. I heard we were seeing them more than 1 time. So that's what I heard. I could be wrong, but I heard that rumor was coming out a lot. So we'll find out. That says Joey Shakes. You and 500 should do a game every year where you guys organize a tailgate in Philly versus Dallas for your chat. That'd be sick. Me and Philly have been talking about going to a game the past like couple years. You know, maybe one day we'll meet up and do like a weekend vlog or something, and we'll like go to a game together and stuff. And maybe we'll go to Texas, maybe we'll go to Vegas, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. What? Howard said Howard Roseman will like a genius if he fools the team getting on the first for Hurts. Yeah, that's going to be interesting because if he's not the franchise guy, I think they'll put him on the trade block. Dak drafted, no playoff wins. Wentz drafted. Well, enough said. I think he's got 1 playoff win, but that's it. The boy's ridiculous. What do I have to pause about? What did I say? I don't know what I said. I'm not, dude. It's late. I don't even care. Like, whatever the case may be, don't even care. Mangos fan base get bad rap. We're good. We're great people. We're just really passionate about this team and winning. Yeah, I totally agree. Nacho was really good, man. I felt so bad, dude. Like, I didn't think he was going to die so early, but I didn't think it was going to happen until, like, obviously the second episode, I think. But oh, man. Shit. Marriage to Top Gun was one of the greatest movies ever made. I totally agree. I cursed the Cowboys in a video in 2016. The curse of Philly 500 lives on. Wow, he said Howie Roseman will be a genius if he gets a first Hurts after a year. Sixers says, sup, Philly, a.k.a. Denzel Washington. City says Howie could still get one more good signing if he so wishes, but we doing okay now, to be honest. Yeah, dude. I'm excited for this year, man. Yo, Joey, did you hear that Bears are leaving Chicago because it's unsafe? Really? Yeah, we will. We will. Going to a game together would be fantastic. I mean, trust me, we have we're going to bring some equipment with us. We're going to have a huge, we'll get like a big lot. We'll be like a big table with like our logos on it, like a little like live stream shack. Like do stuff. That'd be cool. So the thing is with no Nacho and Kim, it has to end badly. Not for TV media. Jalen Hurts, he's going to be just fine this year. We'll be back in the playoffs. Mark my words, dude. That's what I'm looking for, man. That's what I'm looking for this year. So that's what I'm looking for. So. Oh, as Philly 500 says, pinky up. But yeah, we have 166 in the chat. Appreciate everybody being here. We're just hanging out. So been streaming for actually 3 hours. It's been a 3-hour stream tonight. Kind of crazy. But 167 in the chat. Appreciate you being here. If you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. Get ready for the Philly Shakedown this week, where we're actually going to talk about some stuff on Saturday on Philly 500's channel. And yeah, we're going to have our training camp video tomorrow. I'll have 2 videos out tomorrow, and yeah, we'll be ready to go. Once I get Madden, the Madden simulations will happen every week. I'll pick a day out of the week for the Madden simulations, and we'll get that done. Yeah, and we'll be ready to go. So other than that, that's pretty much it. Subscribe, like the stream. Somebody was like running across the roof. I don't know what's going on. And we'll be ready to go. We'll be ready to go for tomorrow. So I can't wait to cover training camp tomorrow and see what's going on. And that's it. So you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow. All right, guys. See you guys later. SHAKESQUAD up, follow Sly. Peace out, guys.